What? what? I'm gonna go upstairs, get in a little bubble bath, okay? For the easy peasy night. But I said, it's been like 5 days since y'all seen me. So let me be the first to say, welcome to On the Block with Jen. You already know On the Block with Jen on Instagram, On the Block with Jen on Gmail, On the Block with Jen on YouTube. Okay, okay? So it's good to see y'all here. And Alicia, Tawana G, you do have your rentals, darling. Hi, sister. Hi, what's up, Kimita? What's up, Black Sky? Welcome to the block. I'm glad you pulled up today. Today's gonna be an easy day, an easy laid back day. I don't plan to do a marathon, so don't get worried, y'all. I'm not gonna keep y'all here for 4 or 5 hours. You know, I just come on to give you my observation of the world and life and love and politics and bullshit and everything in between, right? So I'm gonna have some things on my mind. I'm repping the BX today. You know how your girl do, okay? So yeah, if you saw the thumbnail or the caption, the topic is, right? Are YouTube wars the bum fights of our time? Meaning, you know, the late 2020s. And let me explain, because some of you are probably my age, a little younger, or maybe even a little older. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Throw up some stars if you know what the Bum Fights series was of the early 2000s. The Bum Fight series of the early 2000s, because that's what I'm comparing the YouTube wars to, is the Bum Fight series of the early 2000s. So if you remember the Bum Fight series in the early 2000s, if your ear was to the streets back then you know what the Bum Fight series was. And it actually turned out to be a series that was very, very controversial after a while. And I'll explain why. And I'll explain the similarity to the YouTube wars. But I think the YouTube wars are even worse than the Bum Fights in a way. And I'll explain why. This will be an open panel tonight, okay? So anybody is welcome up to rebut or to share. Now, you know, if you act the damn monkey ass fool, I will block you. And I always say it's so much better to be here than to hear it from somebody else. That's just my opinion. But you govern yourself accordingly, right? It's a free world. You can do what you want. I'm just saying it's better to be here and catch it live and direct and, you know, be on the block with Jen, okay, and hang out with me. But if y'all want to get blocked and you watch me from a catfish page, it's on you. But, you know, it's fun here. A little bit about my past 5 days while I've been gone. As you know, I am an actress, a working actress. That is how mama pays her bills. And if you're curious about the last 2 gigs that I've done that have gotten some really nice traction, I am in White People Money. I'm saying it slow because people get. I am in White People Money. Okay. It was released in 37 theaters. I know some of you have heard me say this before, but that's my latest. It's now streaming on Stars and Amazon and Hulu, wherever you want to see it. It's a family-friendly film. I have a small role in it, but I recommend it because, you know, it's rare that we have family-friendly films that are comedies anymore. And this cast was really dope, starring Drew Zedora from Housewives of Atlanta and the TLC story, and Barton Fitzpatrick, who was a great actor in The Chi. So they are the leading couple, and I am in White People Money. And you can catch me in The Bag Girls 2. That's The Bag Girls 2. And that is streaming right now on Amazon Prime. Fellas, if you like big asses, okay, and guns, you want to watch The Bag Girls too, okay? Ladies, if you like girl power and you want to see some women handle their business, you want to watch The Bag Girls too. I play a Colombian drug lord. Okay, Solera Castillo. And it was a fun role. Lately, the reason why you haven't seen me is because I've been doing self-tape auditions. I don't know if you guys know, but during the pandemic, that's how a lot of people were auditioning. And it just, you know, we became comfortable. I guess the industry became comfortable with that. So we don't even have to go in, you know, in-person auditions anymore. We do self-tapes, and it's a lot of work. So that's why I've been gone for the past 5 days, because you have to rehearse the script, and then you have to build your character, and then you have to tape your character and send it to the director, and then the director sends it back. And he's like, I want you to try this and try that. And then we have to send it back. So it's a process. Soon I'm going to have the director and the writer up here that I last auditioned for, so we could talk a little shop about the film business if you guys are curious about my life a little bit and what happens in the film industry. It really is interesting behind the scenes. So I was like, let me come on and kick it with me, gente. I haven't seen y'all in a while. It's been like 5 days, but I'm really hoping that the Riza Islam interview that I'm so proud of held me down for the past 5 days, because it was an amazing interview, along with my other content that I posted that I'm not taking down, not never. It's so funny when I hear people say on their panels, first they're like, you better take it down, and then next they're like, oh, you could leave it up. And I'm like, honey, I do what the fuck I want over here. I don't understand the instructions that are given from so far away, as if they have an influence of what I'm going to keep up or take down. So I always find that comical and interesting. But yeah, my content is as is, and I pride myself in bringing you something different every single time. Okay, I like a variety of things, because that's how I am. I bore easily. I get bored easily. So I can't give you the same thing every night, because who the fuck wants to see that, right? So I try to give you something different all the time. And please, by all means, OnTheBlockWithJen@gmail. So if you ever want to suggest a subject, if you think that I can dissect the subject better than you and you want me to touch on it, by all means, hit me on OnTheBlockWithJen at email, spelled exactly the same way. If it's something that you want to tackle, it could be any subject, and you could come up on the panel and kick it with me. Okay. I am open. So about the topic tonight, and again, this is going to be an open panel, and I'll drop the link. If anybody wants to come up, y'all could come up. But it's something that I wanted to talk about, because I'm a hip hop kid. It was popping in the 90s, as y'all know. Hip hop ruled the fucking world back then, and there were a lot of series running the streets, like Bum Fights and Smack and things like that that we would watch. Bum Fights was, like the way all this toxic shit starts. It's like, it's funny in the beginning, and then it's like, okay, this is not cute anymore. And Bum Fights, I don't know how many of y'all remember Bum Fights. Hello, everybody just coming in the room. I don't know if y'all remember Bum Fights, but Bum Fights is basically, it was a produced show. It wasn't like guerrilla filming where people just running around with their cameras like they are today, right? Like, we're our own producers now, people that, record shit that's going on in the street and put it on our social media pages. We're actually like independent contractors. We all have a channel and things like that, right? But back then, it wasn't like the way it is now. So this crew got together and they produced a series called Bum Fights, and it was basically literally what it sounds like. It was bums in the street being recorded fighting each other. And some dudes decided this would make a great DVD series, and they were successful in distributing the quote unquote bum fights, right? Where it was basically men and some women who had absolutely nothing to live for, didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. They didn't have a life. They didn't have goals. You know what I mean? These people were homeless. A lot of them were addicted to alcohol. A lot of them were addicted to drugs. So somebody decided, when they're out there fighting each other, we're going to record it and we're going to distribute it. So that's what the Bum Fight series is. And I hope now y'all are caught up with that, and I can move on to comparing it to what I've seen on YouTube. Yeah. Here comes the fun, juicy part. Reese from Philly says Bum Fights turned into ghetto brawls and hood fights 1, 2, and 3, etc. Yes, it did. It absolutely did. It had a couple of episodes, editions. They were distributed very well. It became very, very popular in the early 2000s, but it became very controversial because, of course, at the end of the day, what these people were doing were monetizing homelessness and dysfunction and addiction. And they were literally seeking out homeless people to have these fights so they could complete their food. So similarly, let me get into the YouTube link here. And I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up and talk about the Bum Fight series and how, I'm going to compare it to the YouTube wars. So basically, back then, It was kind of like a forced thing, right? Where people, were finding these homeless people, these men who had no lives to entertain them, right? And these men they didn't really have a choice. They were homeless. They needed money to buy their bottle or their weed or whatever it was, whatever drug they were on. And they're going to perform, right? They're not thinking this is going to live on forever. They're going to be immortalized as them being a quote unquote bum and fighting in the street. So fast forward to, 2020, 2020, 2021, 2022, because it's escalating now, right? What we have now are basically what I would call like the bums, the bums of 2022, and now they're the bums fighting, right? Except that these people actually have an opportunity to have a life and have a family, and not be addicted to drugs and alcohol, but they choose that route anyway, even though they have the opportunity to have all their faculties, their arms and legs work, they have access to therapists and things like that, but they're still choosing to be bums fighting. Now, with that said, I have to say, I know I retire my sign every now and then, but I have to say today, right? Some, not all, because I've seen plenty of great debates, right? During these bum fight wars that we see on YouTube. And I'm going to get into why these are bums on YouTube. But I've seen a lot of great debates. I've been a part of a lot of great debate. So I'm not just talking about people debating and raising their voice and shit like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are literally bums in life. And let me get something straight, okay? Because there seems to be this narrative. My Tristan is here. Tristan!
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm alright, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm really good. I'm chilling. Got my little shake, so I'm good. So getting back into this, Tristan, do you remember bum fights before I continue?
Yes, the greatest bum of all time, Kimbo Slice, rose from bum fights.
Didn't he have his eye punched out, or was that the other guy?
No, he punched the guy's eye out.
Oh, see, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, in one of these fights, this guy got his eye punched out, and it was hanging and everything.
Yeah, he made it all the way to the UFC to do nothing. I'm like, so you were a real bum.
Yeah, and he died, right? Did he die?
Yeah, I think it was like natural causes, I think.
Yeah, pour out a little protein for Mr. Slice. Um, so getting back to my point about now these YouTube bums and these bum fights. The reason why I categorize them as that is because their character and their morals and their disgraceful lack of compassion and feeling for other people, right? So that's a bum to me. People hear bum and they equate it to homelessness, even though some of these cats are homeless and pretending to have a home. Some of these guys are homeless, okay? People hear bum, they equate, oh, it's synonymous with, someone who's homeless. No, when I say bum, I mean someone of very, very low caliber, character, spirit, vibe. You're a bum to me. People who want to bring misery to other people, you're a bum to me. You see, Tristan is saying some, not all. He's gonna be my he's my hype guy with the some, not all. So to me, if you fall under that category, to me, you're a bum. And there seems to be this narrative painted that, well, I come from a two-parent home and I got a little change. I got a little change in my bank account. You can still be a bum, sir or ma'am. You can still very much be a bum. Some of these women I've seen, attacking other women or trying to be better are prostitutes. They're admitted prostitutes, right? And shout out to the sex workers. Get it how you live. But I'm just saying, if that's where you're coming from, right? If that's your background, if you're a prostitute, right? You can't really attack other women because you're going to automatically, be attacked for what it is you've admitted you do. We've seen these people drink straight liquor out the bottle, around their children, I'm saying, while they're spitting into their webcam. We've seen these people admit that They're womanizers and despicable human beings. Some of these people rob their parents of money. You know what I mean? Just very despicable human beings. So don't fall for the bullshit when they boast about, I got money. I got a 2-parent home. There are a lot of 2-parent homes that are extremely dysfunctional, where your mother didn't give 2 fucks about you. And now you're out here wreaking havoc on anything with a vagina, because the first vagina you've ever met, your mother loathed you, okay? Didn't fucking like you, doesn't want you to be a part of the fucking family. So when someone automatically says, well, I had a 2-parent home, did your mama even like you, bruh? Did your mama like you, sis? Did your daddy like you? Was your daddy maybe too busy grinding to pay any attention to you? And now you're out here being a complete psychopathic maniac. So I see right past that. Okay. I owe it to my father and my upbringing in New York City. I see right past it. I don't know how a lot of people don't see right past it. But then you have to keep in mind that this is entertainment. Okay. As toxic as some of this shit may be, it is entertaining. A car accident is the most horrific thing that we could witness. I'm talking about heads cut off, bodies out of windshields, and we will slow down when we're driving to see. We don't speed by. We slow down, right? So it's the same thing in this YouTube space, where people are very, very bored. They're killing time. They're filling that void of, I don't have goals. I feel a certain way about my life. I'm not happy. I don't have kids, or I have kids and I'm miserable. I don't have a man, or I have a man and I'm miserable. I got a man, but I'm miserable because I'm still haunted by, I used to prostitute my vagina. Or I got money, but I'm still haunted by, I had to rob women to get it. So, the fact that y'all are falling for the BS is really, really interesting. But I know the majority of people are just watching the car wreck. And I don't blame you for that, because even I slow down, right? I'm like, oh my God, what happened to those people? Even I slow down, right? So I'm definitely not blaming y'all for that. The problem is, and I'm going to tell you what the problem is with that. The problem with that is that these people start actually thinking that you're watching them because they're funny or interesting or attractive. And it blows their head up. Like, they think because they can get 50 people in a room, 100 people in a room, and their psychotic minds, they're thinking, oh, you like me. You really, really like me. Remember that Oscar speech? Like, that is what they're thinking, right? So they get more vitriolic, they get more hateful, they get more scandalous, because they're actually thinking that people are not just rolling by watching the car wreck, right? We've all watched Love and Hip Hop. Do we give a damn about those people? Don't we talk about those people like they're the most dysfunctional, chaotic, unattractive physically and mentally? Don't we always do that? Don't we laugh at how big and fake the ass is, or how big and fake the new nose job is, or the funny twitches that they have? You know what I mean? We talk about these people. And it's not in a good way. But unfortunately, if you run into one of those reality show celebrities, right, they think that you're looking at them because they're attractive or funny or whatever. But really, it's just the car crash, the sideshow, right? But unfortunately, they start thinking that it's real, and they get worse and worse and worse. And then the bum fights commence, right? Where it's all these people who haven't fulfilled their life goals, who are miserable in their marriages. Because let's keep it 100. Everybody on YouTube, if you notice, is a gangster. Everybody on YouTube is rich. Like, I've never met so many wealthy people, aside from the wealthy people I really know, not the people that are living off their parents, not the people that are doing clerical work for their dad's business, not the women that are selling their vaginas. I'm not talking about those people, okay? I'm talking about wealthy people, like really wealthy people. Forget them. All the wealthy people are on YouTube. All the gangsters that will roll up and pull up and do this and do that and take a flight to beat your ass, they're all on YouTube. They're all here. They're all here. All the gangsters and the rich people, they're all here, right? Never mind, they're one freaking bad decision away from, Pookie-dom forever. Ray Ray dumb forever, right? But again, anything can garner audience. So it's just laughable to me that these people are continuously counting numbers and counting subs. Let me tell you something. I was gone 5 days. Right? Let's say I was petty, ridiculous, and idiotic enough to count subs because it's so important how many people would get, right? I worked on my passion the past 5 days, which is what I enjoy and I love and pays my bills, right? The past 5 days, my numbers flew up. My subs flew up. My likes blew up. And I didn't even have to come on here. You didn't have to see my face. I didn't have to shove myself down your throat for 4 or 5 hour streams for the past 5 days. That's how I like to work. I like to sleep and get popular. I like to sleep and make money. I don't want to shove anything down your throat except for the truth. Okay. And my friend, comedian Ty Rivera, he said earlier today, I was watching his stream earlier today. He's funny. He was like, people are just not used to telling the truth or hearing the truth, right? And that happens a lot in these YouTube spaces. People are not used to telling the truth or hearing the truth. That is why a lot of people don't like me. But I'm gonna keep telling the truth, and I'm very open to hearing the truth, long as it's the truth, right? And I know everybody has their own truth, but then there's the truth, right? But then there's the truth. So if anybody wants to come up and talk about the bum fights epidemic that we got going on, I will be happy to hear what you have to say. Also, what do you think about it being degenerative to our culture? And when I say our culture, I mean people of color, right? Because and correct me if I'm wrong, and I know you guys will. I can't say what happens in other, I can't say white or Asian. I don't know what's going on over there, except for like the stragglers that hang out in the circles that we are. Like we have some Asian stragglers that couldn't make it in their community. So then they hang out in our community because we accept everybody. We're very loving business. We accept everybody. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about those cases. Okay. I'm talking about I don't know what's going on in their spaces when it's all of them together, not the stragglers, but their communities, Asian communities, the white communities, things like that. But I'm not privy to, countless white people having these bum fights, or countless Asians, or even countless Latins having these bum fights. Now I know there are some Latins that are constantly fighting Black people and Black people who are fighting Latins, but I'm saying in general, is there a space where Latins are having these all-out bum YouTube wars? I don't know. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, and I will check some of them out, and I will do a part 2 to this video. But is it degenerative to Black culture? And also, do we want too much respect while also partaking and being a part of these YouTube war bum fights? And shout out to the people who won't partake anymore, because like I said, this shit is all, it's funny in the beginning, and I love a good roast, right? I love roasting people. But when these bums who have no lives start, what's up, Annalicia?
Hello, I'm doing laundry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. But I'm here. I'm in this tonight.
You're good. So my point, and then I'll wrap and I'll throw it to you or Tristan. My point was that there's this constant desire and plight about respect. Can we honestly keep asking for that and demanding that when we partake in this? And that's from like watching bum fights in the early 2000s to watching Love and Hip Hop to watching the YouTube wars constantly. Because now it's like I said, I love a good roast. I love the back and forth. I love a debate. I love the passion. But these bums, because they have nothing to lose, or they're living off their parents or off the system or off their 3rd or 4th baby mama, they have time to do this. So they'll do things like doxing, posting addresses, posting pictures of wives and husbands. You already know. If you've been in these spaces, you already know what happens here. These people, they have nothing to lose because they really don't have anyone to love them. Their parents are sick of them. Their baby mothers are sick of them. Their baby fathers are sick of them. or you know, men of good quality don't want to mess with them because they know they were selling vagina. Like it's like, so there's a lot of stuff going on where it's like these people are lashing out in a very, very, very dangerous and damaging way because they themselves have nothing to lose and nothing to care for and nothing to cherish, right? So it's like, are we a part of this mess?
Well, for me, I can't speak because I identify as a white woman, so I do not understand anything that's going on. But Miss Anna, the floor is yours.
This is why we love Tristan. We love
We do.
Karen.
We
But
do.
here's the thing. This is the thing about bum fights. They're interesting in the beginning. There's traction. There's intrigue. Sometimes you put your money on, you know, the stronger bum. I'm sorry. Sorry, hold on. This is a good live. But in the beginning, bum fights are interesting, right? But then it gets to a point where you see the bums fighting, and then you take away the fighting, you take away the entertainment, and you really have two bums. Just two discarded individuals, two reprobate individuals in most cases, just, you know, like animals. And then all of the intrigue goes away, all of the interest goes away, and you're kind of like, what am I doing? Like, this is not it, right? It's like your 15 minutes of fame is over, and then the bum goes back to being a bum because the bums are gonna bum, right? Like that's what bums are gonna do. Sorry.
That logging off, I know, is harder than them motherfuckers. When they finish the performance and they gotta hit that log off and go back to their life, and their parents don't really give a fuck about them, their siblings don't like them, the baby mama hates them, the women are trying to avoid them. They know if they don't do the secretarial work for their parents, they ain't getting no money. Like, it's like, listen, I know it's a hard log off. I know it is. It's like the performance is great, but it's no different than the bum fights of the early 2000s, right? Like you said, it was interesting. Once that production team left that corner, okay, them bums went back to their corners and their bottles, just drinking straight out the bottles, and their drugs. So it's very similar. It is very, very similar to what happens here. Jabari, you said the whites are wilding out here. Can you qualify that? What do you mean by the whites are wilding out here? I'd like to know. Have you seen, because I said, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm open. Have you seen a lot of white men on YouTube having knockdown, drag out, doxing wars, pulling their wives and husbands and children? Have you seen that? Have you seen white men drinking out of the bottle? And, you know, have you seen them do? If you have, please correct me and direct me to it. Because like I said, I will do a part 2. I will do a part 2 and speak on that. I am open. Jabari says, if you think it's mostly black men, despite the fact that blacks in general represent a much smaller portion of both YouTube and YouTube beefs, then yeah. Okay, so let's keep it on.
Wait, read that again?
Yeah, because I'm like, he's basically saying, if you
Or is he
think
talking to somebody else?
No, he's saying, yeah, I think he's, I don't know who he's responding to, but I mean, it fits the show anyway. He said, if you think it's mostly black men, despite the fact that blacks in general represent a much smaller portion of both YouTube and YouTube beefs, then yeah. All right, so I didn't bring up other ethnicities and races to make a comparison about statistically what black people are, like 13% of the United States or something like that. Am I right? So I'm not trying to do that. I'm saying in general, Jabari, what I'm saying is in general, yes, people from all ethnicities, races, and genders all over the world can be a bum. So I'm not, I hope you don't think that's what I'm not saying. Everybody all over the world, big, tall, skinny, short, fat, you know, man, woman, black, white, yellow, purple, Latin, everybody can be bum. I'm talking about in the YouTube spaces, right? And we have to admit, like a Iyanla Vanzant used to say, a thing is a thing. Let's call a thing, right? When we look at reality shows, the very, very popular reality shows, Black and Latin, entire cast. And I'm talking about Love and Hip Hop Miami, Love and Hip Hop New York, Love and Hip Hop LA. I'm talking about the housewives shows. I'm talking about Married to This or Married to That, all Black and Latin, entire cast of Black and Latin. And yeah, we can say, well, white people are dysfunctional too. But that doesn't affect us, does it?
Can I say something?
Yeah, please. The dysfunction of white people doesn't affect us.
Well, I mean, he sort of went against his own argument, right? Because my argument for this would be about impact. I'm not going to act like there isn't degeneracy in all races.
Right. There is.
Asian, I mean, I don't know what the Asian people are doing. They're getting money. I know that. But there's degeneracy all over among all races. But when you have to think about the impact, right? Because if Black people do represent a minority and the impact of that degeneracy is greater than that of, the larger majority, then you have a problem, right? That's my thing. It's impact. Sure, every subculture has a level of degeneracy, but what is the impact to the overall culture and to the overall people? I would argue in the Black community, because we're a small minority compared to other groups, I would say the impact is great and therefore is more problematic.
Welcome, Haran DeMarco, pulling up on the Black. Watcher says certain sectors of YouTube have become very toxic and in some cases dangerous. YouTube Watcher, please elaborate. Please elaborate.
Oh, it's very dangerous. It's very bad.
And she's right.
And as a matter of fact, Jen, because there was a video today that Cynthia G did. She did an amazing video, just basically about the language that's being used. I would say exclusively in the Black manosphere, because there are things that differentiate and distinguish the Black manosphere from the white manosphere, and agencies like the Secret Service, the FBI, they're starting to pay attention to the incel pathology, to the incel ideologies, because again, impact, right? If it wasn't a problem, they probably wouldn't have to look into it. But these are ideologies that are affecting people's behaviors, that are affecting people's lives, right, on a larger scale than normal. So it's becoming problematic. So I would still, my thing is impact. And the Booty Goon, he's probably going to be the head of a new terrorist group, for Black incels. That's really so they want notoriety. The red pill, the Black manosphere, they want to come to notoriety. They want to be, they want to be a part of popular culture or mainstream culture. They're going to, but it's definitely going to be because the FBI, Secret Service, and Homeland Security is looking into you guys. So you'll get what you want, but not really what you want.
I think that's great. And it's like, everybody, it's all fun and games till someone gets hurt, right? So I think that I love that you brought that up, because I can see that happening, because these men are getting more and more toxic and dangerous and vitriolic and hateful. Like the language is like, you would think, right? And I've even seen it happen to me. I've seen some, old guys like yelling at the top of their lungs, veins popping out. I hate her. Like, it's like, honey, are you okay? You sure it's on the block with Jen that's bothering you, or your mother dropped you on your fat juice head? Like, it can't possibly be me. Like, this anger that you're spewing cannot possibly be me. I ain't slapped your mother in the mouth. I haven't stolen your money. I haven't taken a job from you. I may have called you disgusting or fat or ugly or old, or, you know what I mean, or in Celius Maximus or something like that. But, these are just words. But these men, like, I've seen them yelling at the top of their lungs and spend 4 or 5 hours on a woman and everything. It's weird how how they will talk to their audience while they're doing the thing they're saying they're not doing, right? And they're thinking because the audience is watching that the audience believes it. But if a man is sitting there saying, you know, something, I protect women, I protect Black women, and then you're doxing a woman for 4 or 5 hours, I'm like, do you really think these people are falling for it? But again, it's the car wreck. You're going to slow down to watch the car wreck, right? And how do you know you're a car wreck? If you're watching this and you're wondering, am I the car wreck? What am I doing? If you are unattractive, and you know if you're unattractive, I don't give a fuck how many times you look in the camera and be like, I look good. You know when you're unattractive. You've probably been hearing it your whole life, got yourself a little money, you know, threw on a little Gucci scarf and you think you're attractive. No, that doesn't make you attractive, okay? You know if you're unattractive. You know if you're unpopular in real life. You know what your bank account really, really looks like. Not what you tell the people, but what it really, really looks like. And, you know, if you have women coming after you to get their money back from you and things like that, you know, we all know where we are. We all know where we are in life. If we are real with ourselves, we all know where we are, right? Physically, mentally, whatever, financially, we all know, right? So if you know that you're really a fucked up individual, right? And you have really nothing going on for you, then you're probably that car wreck. You're probably that car wreck, but you're interesting enough. Like, you know, I watched Flavor Flav. I watched Flavor of Love. I thought it was interesting. Now, would I go anywhere near this man in real life? Would I date this man in real life?
That was so petty, yo.
Jen, that's what I'm saying.
Son.
I'm dead serious. Would you go anywhere near Flavor Flav unless you were desperate for money, like a lot of the reality show girls were, unless you were desperate to get put on, unless you were desperate to be in a certain circle? Would you go anywhere near Flavor Flav? No, the answer is no, mi gente.
That's a hard no.
Anyway, I watched Flavor Flav anyway. If I saw him in the Bronx, I'd be like, what up, Flav? But that's it. So are you that car wreck that people are going to watch anyway? And you probably know that you're the car wreck, no matter how much you try to manipulate your own brain to make you think and believe that you're more than that. You know you're ugly, bruh. And then when someone is telling you you're attractive, look at who's telling you you're attractive. Look at who's telling you you're attractive. That's like me. I'm going to keep it real simple for the Celsius Maximus population. Real simple. That's like I have a bottle that's empty, right? And I'm like, boy, I sure wish this bottle was full. I sure would. And then someone else with an empty bottle tells me your bottle is full. You get it? My bottle's empty. Their bottle's empty. So them telling me my bottle is full means nothing. If you have some lays and cornballs in your chat telling you, you know you fine, you know you funny, you know you entertaining, and they also don't have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of, or if they're also single and miserable, or if they're also living off the system or living off of somebody they conned out of money or sold some ass for, and they're complimenting you, is that a real compliment? Or is someone of stature complimenting you a compliment? You have to think, por Dios, like how dense can some of you people be?
And can I bring it back to the bums, because we love the bum fights. We did. We have to be honest, but I think it's interesting. It's actually disgusting, and I have one of the most special guests that we're going to be interviewing. We'll talk about that later.
Coming up. That's really, oh my God.
No. I'm so sorry. But here's the thing about bum fights, right? Or here's the thing about people who pretend to be something that they're not. Whether it be a protector of Black women, whether it be a good father, whether it be a good provider, or whether it be a decent human being, right? Like the bums, when the spotlight is on them, they can be whatever they want to be, right? One bum, you could have Mike Tyson in one corner and you can have Floyd Mayweather in the other, right? Bums can pretend to be anything that they want to be. When the lights and the cameras and when it goes on, bums can be what they want to be. They don't have to be bums, but then they go back to bumming, right? Then they go back to being a bum. Once you take the lights and the cameras away, then they go back in the real world, in real life, they're predators to Black women. They're abusers and manipulators of Black women. They're bums. When I say real bums, when I say they're real time, real life bums, I can't even, I mean, their bum dumb knows no bounds. Their homosexuality knows no bounds. It's so bad. It's so bad. But anyways, they go back to being who they truly are. And who would be happy in that position? Who would be happy? Who would be happy living in housing in your 30s? Like and this is not a judgment, but as able-bodied men, or like as an able-bodied person with capacity and intellect, right? In a world, an era where you could do anything. If your mental game is tight, you can get on YouTube and make money. That's the type of time that this economy and environment is on. You can get it if you want it. But you have to imagine the kind of bum you have to be to live off of women. To like a pimp named Slickback? It's worse than that. It's worse than that. So the bums go back to being bums when the lights and the cameras are off. They're not protectors of Black women. They're not good fathers. They're not good men. They're not good human beings. And then, nobody wants to watch them anymore because the jig is up, right? Like, we overstand. We see you for what you are, a bum. Like a real bum. Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
It's I can't get over bum dumb. Like I actually spelled it in my head as you said it. Well, I'm looking forward to that interview you got coming up. Oh Lord, I will be there with bells on. That's gonna be real interesting. It's gonna crack this whole shit wide open. Wow. Okay, I will be there. So going back to the bum fights, and let me make something clear, right? Because none of us, and I mean none of us, from the most popular YouTube channels, to the left, wherever they stand on, none of these people are wealthy, right? They're gaining wealth from getting followers and subs and super chats and stuff like that. But they didn't start out, right, like that. That's why you see people, they'll be begging for super chats or threatening people for super chats or holding information unless you super chat. Like, I'm not going to say this and that unless you super chat me. Like we see that a lot, right? So I don't know about you, but men of means, men with money, they don't move that way. They're very casual and very calm, as we know, right? Men and women, right? Because they're not pressed for that next penny. When you're pressed for that next penny, you have to do, it's a little strange for some change, and it gets real strange in these spaces, as you know. So, I don't want to, this is not at all a bashing of people that don't have means or still in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with my life. I haven't made enough money, blah, blah. Or people that haven't found a way to be financially stable, stages and phases, right? Everybody goes through shit. Some people get knocked down, some people come back up. So I'm not talking about people like that. I am talking about specifically
in this space, yes.
In this space, I'm talking about specifically in this space. And let me tell you something. If y'all don't know anything about On the Block with Jen, let me just do a sidebar real quick. I hate that I have to say it. I don't give a fuck about your view of me. I haven't taken anything down off my page that I've been accused of. It's still, all the content is on my page. So whoever wants to call me a racist or think I'm speaking in codes or whatever, it's all, I haven't taken anything down. I'm looking forward to it being brought up when I have a larger platform and I'm on your television all the time, right? So I'm looking forward. That's why the content is up. I'm looking forward for one of you fucks to bring up that I called a Black man a bitch ass nigga. Like, I'm looking forward to it. Take this right now, soundbite, give it to Tariq Nasheed or Umar John, whoever the fuck you want. I want it. I want the smoke. I want the smoke. That's why I have not taken it down, because when I get to a larger platform, I am going to address the word nigga and everybody's going to be listening. So by all means, take it, save it in your phone, put it in a folder. Okay, I want the smoke. I don't speak in coded language Brandon Baxter. I tell you exactly what it is. Yo no tengo pelo en la lengua, like the Puerto Ricans say. I don't have hair on my tongue and preventing me to speak. I tell you exactly what I see and think and feel. So don't ever think you're going to come on the blog with Jen and there's going to be coded language. There's no coded language here. There's no codes. It is what it is. And then you take it and interpret it how you see fit. Now, with that said, if you have a question about what I can do that. I can clarify for you. But don't think that y'all gonna come here or go to another pen or put fear in my heart, like, yeah, she racist. She said nigga. Like, you can't move me with that. I don't move with that. I'm looking forward to it being dropped in about 5 years so I can discuss it on a large platform. So I could be on CNN talking about y'all's hypocrisy, okay, and your cowardice. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. I want the smoke. So going back to what, just so I'm clear, because a lot of people talk like I'm supposed to be afraid of the word nigga. Like, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, my Joe Rogan T-shirt is coming in the mail. I ordered it.
Whoa!
Like, coming. Okay, I'm not. If I'm not, oh my god, I'm not. I don't know what y'all used to or what. I'm not from this funny world y'all from. Okay, so I hope that is clear. The content is still up. One of my very first videos I've ever had on this page was the word nigga, who uses it, who people think can't use it, why they use it, where it stemmed from. The content is on my page. I don't know if it's because y'all live scary lives and you think other people are walking around scared of the white man or I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but don't project that on me. So going back to what I was saying, I'm not talking about people that are going through a hard time in life. I'm specifically talking about the bums and the clowns in these YouTube spaces who really have nothing going on, who have no character, no spirit, no soul, who attack other people. And then in their backyard, like they're the quintessential, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. These motherfuckers, it's not even glass, it is plastic. Like the plastic that you carry your groceries in. That's how bad it is. Like there are men and women. There are men and women. Again, there have been prostitutes on my panel who are now talking about what other women should and should not do. Okay. There are men. This is all on video. Okay. There are men, okay, living off of women, robbing their parents of money, doing secretarial work for their parents, or they won't have a home or a job, talking about other people don't have money. This is what's happening here. There are alcoholics talking about other people drinking. There are drug addicts talking about other people doing drugs. There are fathers who don't wash their children in 7 days talking about other people's families and parenting. There are men renting rooms or else they won't have a home, talking about other people don't have high ceilings or walk-in closets. That is what I'm talking about, to be clear.
No,
okay?
can I disclose? Can I say Me Too? This is a different Me Too movement. I don't want anybody to try to misrepresent what I'm saying or mischaracterize what I'm saying. I'm talking about the bums. They know who they are. I'm talking about the bums in this space. I'm talking about Pookies. I'm talking about Ray Rays. I'm talking about Ratatouille. They know.
Did you say Ratatouille? What the hell?
No, Ratatouille. You don't know Ratatouille?
No, Mom.
Ratatouille, the cartoon.
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
The rat face, the little rat.
Send me a link. Send me a link.
It's a good movie. Do you have children?
Huh?
Do you have children?
Yeah, I have a daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, depending on her age, you should know who Ratatouille is. Maybe she knows.
Wait, can Tristan, can you try to find a picture of Ratatouille for us, please?
I probably do know this, man.
Yeah, you probably didn't pay attention. Chicago Rilla says half these niggas didn't take issue with DJ Khaled saying nigga, fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm telling, and that is why I leave my content up. So because people are like, oh, she gonna blow up and then they gonna bring up the time that she said nigga. That, you know, people are saying that. I am looking, the content is up. If y'all are listening and you want to make a little name for yourselves, give me about 4 or 5 years, okay? I will be better known than I am now, and you could drop it and we'll discuss it, because all you're going to do is give me a bigger I'm going to be on a bigger platform to discuss y'all's hypocrisy.
I would love to say a few things, Jen, when you're done.
Yes, please, Haran, because I'll talk your ear off.
There it is. Look at Ratatouille.
Okay, yeah. You used to bother me like hell with that. Okay. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Oh shit! I really just got the joke. Oh my god, y'all petty.
We love you,
yo.
Tristan.
I just, oh my god.
Now it's even funnier now. Okay, now I get it.
Wow. I
before you go, let me address Brandon, because he's in the chat crying. So Mr. Brandon Baxter, he says, I wish Black people will wake up and realize that the Black-Brown coalition is a lie. Well, my entire family is proof that the Black coalition, the Black and Brown coalition, is not a lie. My entire contact list is proof that the Black-Brown coalition is not a lie. I am sorry that has been your experience, okay? But all my relatives, my very best friends and family, we're all Black and brown, and we get along famously. We even have children together. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. We look out for each other, and we will stab a motherfucker for each other, the Black and brown in my world. So I don't know what's going on YouTube. I'm sorry you had to go through that, and I'm sorry you came to that conclusion because of your experience, but you're wrong, okay? Okay. What's up, Chef Shapino? Chef Shapino says, peace, love, and light to Jen and the entire chat. Even if y'all don't like me, you'll come around or I'll evolve. I'm 30 minutes behind in case my shit sounds weird.
Well, I don't know you to not like you or like you, but so far I like you. I like what I see, so we're good to go. And listen, I have a news flash for poor primetime. Poor primetime. Pookies aren't respected. Pookies are not respected. That's not true. They're not. I'm sorry. Respected where? They're not respected in the areas that count the most in this life. There's a real world and life that exists beyond Pookiedom and beyond the hood. And in those spaces, Pookie is reviled. Pookie is really like no access. Nobody wants to deal with Pookie.
I hope he was being either sarcastic or he's trying to say that even the Pookie is respected nowadays. I think that's like
here's a funny thing.
Saying hoes are winning.
Here's the funny thing about the idea of a Pookie. I tell people a lot of times, Donald Trump never really fascinated me as much when I was a child. And the funniest thing is that in his community, he would be considered a Pookie. He doesn't really have access to a lot of white spaces that a lot of people would think because of his lack of decorum and his just inability to move in certain spaces. And he doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. So you can't really, trust him with information. But anyway, with that said, I mean, this is all, at the end of the day, this is all just entertainment. Okay, this is just all entertainment. The way that these people are behaving, the way that they're moving. I was in the entertainment world way back since I was about 12. I'm a trained musician. And being behind the scenes and being around those spaces for like just decades, you can tell the difference. You're conditioned to tell the difference between, okay, this is reality and this is what happens when the cameras turn on. So for me, when I was introduced to YouTube and the things that I'm seeing on YouTube, I didn't really, especially in learning about things about the manosphere and so on and so forth, I didn't really fall into these pits because I understood, what it all was. At the end of the day, I'm like, oh, okay, these guys are just a couple of charlatans, pulling in some people who are vulnerable and so on and so forth. This is a hustle. It's a cash hustle. Plus, you're from New York. I can smell a hustle, from 5 blocks down. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't knock anyone's hustle. But the problem is that, look, we have to really be real with each other. These people that are falling into this space of incels and so on and so forth. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine like maybe 2 years ago. I was like, hey man, this is going to get really, really bad after a while, because I tell people all the time, the most dangerous person in the world is a man that's unlucky with women.
Ooh, say that again.
No, that's a fact. Every revolution is preceded by countless men without access to sex, jobs, and families.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because, what I mean, the reason why they're dangerous is because biologically speaking, there's something inside of them based to evolution and so on and so forth that tells them their main objective in life is to pass on their genes. If you don't pass on your genes, you die.
Well,
So if they're in
that's
a
in everybody.
position, if they're in a position where they feel as if they're being deprived of the opportunity to pass on their genes, their mortality catches up to them, their ego catches up to them, and they feel a whole bunch of emotions that they really can't process. So what's the first thing that they do in confusion? They lash out in anger. Now let's be clear here. You're not going to see a guy who looks like Idris Elba or Henry Cavill kick in the door and shoot up 50 people. That's just not going to happen. You might see a couple of guys that look like Macaulay Culkin, or do the shit or whatever, or Stewie, do the shit. But it's on a grand scale, it's not going to happen for a certain sector of guys.
So what's your proposal to fix that problem? Because a third of men between 18 and 30 haven't had sex in a year.
Well, I believe that it's
listen.
I believe that it's gotten to a point where the problem really has become more complex than the solution. See, here's the issue. The democratization of media really fucked us, and we really didn't really take that into account. Once we had a situation where everybody that was able to have a platform, everybody took the opportunity to have a platform.
I mean, I think it's
the gate open. Oh, wait 1 second, sir.
Go on.
You leave the gate open, and you allow everyone else in it, you're gonna have all kinds of, degenerates, all kinds of people who really shouldn't be there. And the truth is that there's going to be more waste than there actually is, suitable material. And that waste is going to get louder and louder and louder. And there's going to be pimps and hustlers and pushers who see opportunity in that. And they're going to constantly ensure that those people feel fueled. Now, to the point that was made earlier, the powder keg hasn't exploded yet. So these guys, who are behaving in whatever way that they're behaving, the particular bums that I know we're all discussing, they're behaving in the manner that they're behaving in because nothing's really happened yet. So they think it's fun and games until it's not. You can't just keep stoking the fire, man. Something is going to combust. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't wish anything on anyone and so on and so forth.
I will.
But something is going to happen. It's just physics.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now you
Can I hold on, sir, in the middle? I just want to, because you asked a question, I just want to try to answer it, because as a woman, I think that it's more likely that the problem is with the it's with the individuals themselves.
So the men that are not having sex.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Okay. So if you look at the sort of the mating choices that women tend to make, women have to be extremely picky. We have to be very picky. We have a lot to lose. Hold on.
Do you think that black women are extremely picky?
Hold on.
No, I mean, do you think black women are extremely picky?
Sorry?
Do you think black women are extremely picky?
No, and that's a problem.
Okay, now go on.
They're not picky, and that has been a problem. Well, I wouldn't say it's that they're not picky. I would say that they're race loyal. I think that their desire to be with their men has trumped their desire to be prosperous economically and socially. That's what I know to be true. But what I know to be true is, in addition to that, is women have a lot to lose, right? So with that line of reasoning, and with that train of thought or school of thought, the ones who are not getting sex are not supposed to be getting sex.
Okay.
Like that's just the reality, right?
Well,
Like
men's
maybe
sex.
you're not good looking enough, maybe you don't have enough, maybe you're socially inept, maybe you're
Okay.
sexually inept, maybe you're intellectually or cognitively defective. Like it's I would start with the person rather than the environment, rather than the women. Always.
Okay. Well, as male sexlessness rise, single motherhood rises. And what is it? 30% of black men sire over 50% of black children. So it seems like all the women who should be getting picky, they're making those mistakes and giving children, which is a horrible decision, to dudes that are uninterested in helping raise them.
Wait, sorry, what was the percentage?
So it's like it's close to 2 times. So it's only like 30% of black men sire. I don't think it's
well, hold on. That's not qualifiable. And I'm
Well,
only
I
going
mean,
to say that because
what's the single motherhood rate in the black
no,
community?
hold on. Wait.
That's very quantifiable, and it's horrible. It's destroy your
Sorry,
community.
what's quantifiable?
The single motherhood rate in the black community.
Right, but in order to have a single mother, you have to have an absent father, right?
Yeah, so why are they choosing these dudes who are unwilling to take care of their children?
Why are these dudes unwilling to take care of their children?
Because there's a lot of women wanting to have sex with them.
No,
Having
sex. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yep.
Now I know what type of time you're on. This is great.
What kind of time? I'm outside. Let me say, I'm outside the community, right? I'm a white man on YouTube. I'm green, but I'm a white man. And I see these single motherhood disaster zones in the black community, and it's heartbreaking to see these kids.
But why are you looking at women when it's the men that are creating
because
the situation?
Women are the gatekeepers of sex.
No, but we're not the gatekeepers of conception. He has to put his DNA in her uterus.
Well, are you saying that you have no choice whether dick goes into you?
I'm saying I have no choice whether his sperm goes into me. So that's his choice.
But so you think you should have sex with men and you expect not to get pregnant?
I don't get myself pregnant. You need to ask men that question.
Do you get approached by more men than you say yes to? Do you deny men dates?
Do I deny men dates?
Yeah. So like 10 dudes ask you on a date. Do you say yes to everyone?
No, of course not.
Okay. So you're choosing right there. You're making a choice. Yeah.
Right.
So
the choosing to date someone and choosing this false equivalence.
Well, you have sex with people you don't date.
Doesn't mean I'm choosing to sleep with them.
So you have sex with people you don't date then?
No, it's not the same. If I go on a date with someone, it doesn't mean I'm going to have sex with them.
Yeah, well, it's a funnel, right? You date.
It's a funnel for who?
What's the deal?
It's a funnel for who?
You're filtering out men that you don't think you should have children with, and that's good, bad, whatever it is. What kind of men are you filtering out?
Right, but see, you're running with the assumption that these men are coming out and saying to these women, "I'm going to bust my nut inside of you, and I'm going to leave you."
No, they're not saying that.
Do you have anything to substantiate that?
They are saying everything a woman wants to hear. But this is why typically fathers were much more involved in what men would be inside of their daughters, because fathers know that dudes will lie to get sex.
Right, and again, this is the chicken or the egg. So if you
argue
that men are not there to teach this level of discernment, again, the accountability has to go on the men who are not teaching their daughters discernment.
Black women have sexual freedom. And what happens in sexual freedom?
And here's another problem that I have with your premise. If this is relegated to black women, why are white women the new face of single motherhood? Because of black men.
When you say new face of single motherhood, you mean
because it's new.
Wait, do you mean percentage wise or numbers wise?
It's usually been black women. Black women are not having as many babies as they used to.
So because is it percentage wise or just raw numbers of single mothers?
It's probably raw.
It's raw. So the percentage is worse in the black community, but there's more raw numbers of white women who are single mothers due to the demographics. But the cancer is
spreading. Black men, sir.
There's white dudes out there slinging,
No, right. Of course, there are outliers, and I'm sure that there are white men that are impregnating black women and leaving too. But what I'm saying to you is, predominantly speaking, the white women that are being left single mothers are being left with biracial children from black men.
I mean, yeah, I'd say any white woman who fucks a black guy, she loses her white card. She's not white to me.
Right. Well, that's what happens anyway. But what I'm saying to you is that this issue.
Whoa. Wait, can you say that again? Because there are.
Leave my grandmother out of this, man. Leave my grandmother out.
Wait. Did your grandmother stay married to your grandfather?
Yes, sir.
And she chose the right man, right? Yeah. So that gamble worked out for her.
My grandmother actually did what she did out of spite.
That's funny.
First of all, Undead Chronic, I think this is your first time on the panel, so hello.
Howdy.
Second, you just said that once a white woman sleeps with a black man, you no longer consider her white.
Yeah.
So she's basically, is she like trash to you after that?
Well, on my channel, I'm one of these so like when you say manosphere, I dropped the title, but I know people would qualify me as that. Most of them are dudes just taking advantage of young guys with low sexual experience, like buy my course. I'll teach you how to be a man. But I'm lumped in it too because I talk about men's issues. But I say no hymen, no diamond. If she's not a virgin, I have no interest in marrying her and siring children.
Okay, so no, but I know
Oh my
you
God,
didn't answer my
this guy's
question.
not
No, wait,
serious.
Annalise.
No, I'm absolutely serious. If a woman loses her hymen, she goes from an 18% chance of divorce to a 50% chance. I'm not trying
Oh my God.
That's a stat. You want? I can put the
Wait a minute. How old are you?
Why are you
How old
teaching
are you?
manhood? Isn't that what a father is supposed to
Can
do?
you answer my
Wait a minute.
question?
Yeah, a host. Yes, I'll answer you.
Can you please answer my question? So when
Yeah.
a white woman sleeps with a black man, she's trash now.
I mean, I'm sure to the black man she's not trash, but to me, I see no value in her. I mean, I might pump and dump her, but I'm not interested in giving her kids.
Wow. Cynthia G was right.
So that's because look, black men, you know, some of them worship white women and see them as better than women that are black or Latin or whatever. But you're saying as a white man, she becomes trash. So it's basically
I mean, if she fucks a white dude, I'm still not going to marry her. I'm not interested if she fucks a white guy, to be fair.
Wait.
Okay, so the pendulum for this guy, it swings all the way, and that's a problem.
Well, from what?
He's rigid. He has extremist ideologies. That's a problem. You're talking about hymen. This is YouTube. What the hell?
Do you know what the hymen is?
Really?
No. You're saying it's YouTube. What the hell? Do you think that people aren't allowed to talk about the hymen on YouTube?
Right, but when you get into the hymen conversation, then I have to talk to you about what age group do you like your women? Then it gets to be a problem.
I like them 18 to 22.
Okay, so get out. You're a pedophile. What are you doing?
Wait.
How old is this person?
Is it legal? Is it legal for women at 18 to have sex?
Oh, you one of those people that wait for them to turn 18?
You
one of them.
No. What do you mean wait? Right? So
depending on the state.
Yeah, so it's very funny how you guys conflate 18 to 22 with being a pedophile. Do you think that women 18 to 22 shouldn't have the right to have sex with who they want?
How old is this guy?
I'm in my 20s.
How old are you?
I'm not. I won't answer that. I'm in my 20s.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
Don't answer that. You don't deserve that information.
You could be
Call
29.
me a pedophile. I'm not going to tell you anything about that. Get out of here.
You could be 29 though. What you just said.
So you'll talk to me about a woman's hymen. You'll talk to me about her sexual value and sexual.
Someone's got to tell you the truth.
Like, just stop.
Look, if a virgin
you're a predator without telling me you're a predator. Oh, that's right. You said hymen. You did.
Is
100% of Muslim men living Middle East predators because they want to marry a virgin?
Oh, that's a separate issue. Oh, you want to talk about that culture? That's a separate problem.
No, well, are they all predators?
Why are you?
What about your great grandmama when she got married as a virgin? Was her husband a predator? You guys need to realize that this has been the norm for the majority of civilization.
You need to realize that it's 2022. Like,
yeah, and the divorce rates are out there. Look at the single motherhood rate in the black community. It's garbage. You got no fathers raised your son.
Jen.
Can I say something? Wait, Chicago Rilla, wait. Welcome.
Yo, I want to jump in.
Reese, wait, my fucking God. Like, you're always speaking over people.
Respect the host.
Okay. Before Chicago Rilla speaks, I just want to just to go back to the topic real quick. Undead Chronic, since you are a white man, do you
with an H?
Yes, definitely with an H. Do you see in your circle of manosphere, used to be manosphere, not manosphere anymore, while you guys are discussing hymens and dating 18-year-olds, do you have a sector of white men going after each other, battling each other? Like, are there YouTube wars? Are there YouTube wars in your community of white people on YouTube going back and forth, doxing each other and things like that?
Is there white degeneracy in your neck of the woods?
I don't really consider white YouTube my community because there's so many white cucks that don't see race. And I'm like, why would I align myself with dudes that we're all the same when every other community is seeing race?
Okay, well,
there
there definitely are that do see race. So the ones that do.
Oh, there's very few.
Okay, well, right. Well, the ones that do you see a level of degeneracy? Yes, no, yay, nay.
Like this, I'm thinking of like a white dude. I don't know anybody like a white master guy. It's just like us white men need to find and keep white women. I haven't seen one of those.
Sir, as a white woman, I am offended. I said, do not speak on me. You cannot speak for us white women. Okay?
Can you answer the question? Do you see white men going at each other's throats, doxing each other, and going to war and telling each other they're broke or they can't get
pickup artists? Yeah, that's their. Well, it's pickup artists. They're fighting for the same customer base.
Yep.
Right.
So you see them fighting each other and using each other's pictures on each other's thumbnails and things like that.
Oh yeah, these people are all garbage. You see that in every single pickup community.
Okay, so I think Chicago Rilla wanted to address some of your talking points. Welcome, Chicago Rilla.
Hey, Jen, how are you?
Good.
Good. Good to see you again. The last time we spoke was different. Annalicia, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
No, good. Honestly, good to meet you. You doing the Lord's work out here.
Back off my queen, sir.
I'm not. Yo, Tristan, you are wild.
There's only
I feel both of you
in the
niggas.
streets. What?
Listen, I'm not approaching
Reese,
your
I will
queen.
call your parole officer. Do not.
I'm a married man. I'm a super simp beta poster. All that.
Shout out to you.
I don't want no smoke. But I'm curious, and Jen, no disrespect to the platform because I love when we had these conversations, but I'm just curious because I'm listening to this dude speak, the gentleman in the center, and I'm just really lacking understanding right now. Like you seem to be proficient and eloquent in speaking on issues pertaining to the Black community. And I'm not saying you should be excluded from the conversation, but I am curious in terms of your credentials to be able to speak so articulate on issues concerning Black men, Black women, and procreation.
Yeah. Well, feminism has destroyed the Black community and it spread from there. It was like Tesco's co-pilot. Who was it? Lyndon Johnson told the Black family, you can only get welfare if there's not a Black father in the house. So it was.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait,
Annalicia, I know you want to cook. Can I just?
Go ahead.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I promise you, I'm gonna drop off
Someone
in like 2 seconds because I'm also, brothers, I love y'all, but man, we can't. Man, when shit go, when people, we gotta check shit, man. Real spill, and I'm curious to know. Since feminism destroyed the Black community, can you talk to me about the work that you've done to improve the Black community, sir?
I spend work to improve my family. I don't care about the Black community or the white community.
Speaking. See, I wouldn't go in a space that is considered white predominantly.
We don't have spaces. We're not allowed to have spaces.
Sir, listen, wait. Hold on. I'm gonna let you cook.
There's no white spaces.
Wait. We're two gentlemen. Yes or no?
I mean, maybe I'm not gentle, but go on.
We're two men. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to speak right now, and then when I'm done, I'll drop off, and you can speak.
Oh no! But don't leave so soon.
Okay, I won't. I'll stay and give you the opportunity to respond, but at least allow me the opportunity to get out what I want to say.
Get out.
Fair?
Go on.
I'm asking you, is that fair?
I mean, you could have already said what you're trying to say. Yeah, it's fair. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to get consensus because I don't like stuff to be misconstrued. So I'm just. You're talking about your family, and I'm asking you a specific question in terms of what is your record and proof of what you've done to improve the Black community. You're able to articulate and identify these issues. You're speaking as an expert, so I'm curious to know what you've done in our community that would qualify you to get up on the stage and be able to speak in such a way.
I'm not sure I really claim to be an expert on this kind of stuff, at least Black community. I'm an expert on feminist degeneracy. So I can't speak on rap music, I can't speak on other aspects of the Black community, but I can speak on how single motherhood has destroyed it. Because single motherhood destroys every single community. Go to the trailer parks, bunch of white trash. It's single mothers.
But you're not talking about single motherhood. You're talking about poverty. That's a big indicator on that.
What's the number one indicator of poverty? Not having a father in the household.
Actually, no money. That's what poverty
No,
is.
what causes
no. What you
poverty?
say? What did you say?
What is it? Okay,
what
yeah,
did you say? Is
okay.
no money.
You got me. What's the indicator? What's the only predictive value of ending up in poverty?
See, this is the whole shit right here.
Lack
This is the
of
funniness
cash
of it.
flow. That's what.
That's
it
a
is.
predictor.
It's that simple.
So think larger than that.
No,
Man.
let them
larger
talk.
than
Let them talk. I'm
Just
letting
think-
them speak because I'm waiting for them to trip up.
Just think larger than that. Do you think you have a lack of cash flow or an increased cash flow
No,
when you don't have a father in the household?
Hold on. What's this guy's name?
You just call me UC. It's 2 syllables.
Okay, don't get cute with me. So
No,
listen,
you don't want to say undead chronic every time. That's 4 syllables.
I just need a name. I don't need we're good. So you're talking about feminism. Who were the purveyors? Like who who created feminism?
Oh man, well, how far do you want to go back?
No,
Can
we're
you talk
going
about
to the creators of feminism. It's not
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Like, do you want to talk about the feminist writers in the UK in like the 1700s? Do you want to talk about the people the suffragettes that pushed it?
Right. Okay, but we can do all of that. But were they black or white? Is my question.
Well, a lot of them were Jewish.
So white.
No, that's not white. If
No,
Jewish
that's
are
white.
if Jews are white, then Mexicans are black. There you go.
Mexicans are white as well.
No, they're black. If Jews are white,
no,
Mexicans are black.
Actually, they're white.
Do you think that Jewish people see themselves as white?
I don't care what they see themselves as.
Well, I don't care what you
They're
see
white.
Mexicans as. They're black.
They're
You're
right.
acting-
Well, I could come up here and tell you that I'm an Asian woman and I'm not, right? So I don't really care.
Well, you're
Jews
saying
are
that
white.
Jewish people are white, so
Jews
I
are white
disagree
and
with that.
Mexicans are white. Okay, we're gonna move on.
And Filipinos are black.
Who created the feminist movement? Okay, we're gonna say white people. So why are you in this space, and why are you not in a white feminist space talking about the white degenerate feminism? Because that's not our wave.
I talk about all degenerate feminism. It affects every race equally. Every woman becomes low quality and combative.
Right, but the difference between black womanism and white feminism is cause and effect. White.
Do you think you should vote?
No. Listen.
No, do you think we should vote?
Listen to what I'm saying to you?
It's a simple question.
I don't care. Listen.
You don't care if you should vote?
No, I don't. Okay, all right. Okay.
Oh, simply because if you think you should vote, you're a feminist.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the first. It's called first wave feminism.
Okay, well, no one's getting life advice from you, sir. That's
not life advice. I'm teaching you history.
No, it is because
that's history.
I'm not going to
look up first wave feminism.
Whether someone's a feminist or not a feminist. I'm asking you simple.
Oh, I'm giving you the definition.
I'm telling you that your women started feminism, and you're in this space talking about it.
And you're a feminist.
No, I'm not. Prove it.
Have you ever voted in your life?
That's your proof, right there.
Yeah, it is 100%. Have you ever voted in your life?
There you go.
You've never voted?
Go ahead, prove it.
Or no? Have you ever voted?
I just said no. Prove it.
Oh, congratulations. You may not be a feminist.
Okay.
What's this guy's name?
Are you a man now? Do you feel
one
like a
second.
man?
What is it?
This guy's an incel. He's not smart.
Wait.
You don't know what
Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. What's this guy's name again?
UC.
Undead chronic.
Okay, look, UC. Okay, UC. Yeah, check this out. Look, listen. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
All right. You know, and shout out to Chicago Rilla. I understand where he was coming from. You know what I mean? But brother, you know what I mean? I was allowing this guy to actually speak. I wasn't trying to sit here and scream all over, you know what I mean, like 5 or 6 people in here. Wait 1 second.
He doesn't intimidate us. We don't
like
think
exactly like I you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be intimidated. Now you see.
No, there's a perception of white men being
wait 1 second.
Nobody
Wait
cares
1
about
second
that,
before this goes off the rails. Let me ask this guy a series of questions.
I'm ready. Quiz time.
Number one. What do you think about interracial, you know what I mean, relationships in terms of white men and black women?
I mean, what's the purpose? Like, is the white man wanting to wife her up? Are they gonna get married, or are they just
marriage? We're talking about marriage.
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but it's both their individual choices.
I would love for you to put your camera on because I know why you wouldn't do it.
Well, I don't want to get. I make a lot more money than you, and I'm not trying to get doxxed.
Right, but I want to see what you look like.
Yeah, so then my enemies can dox me. You know,
your enemies,
culture, right?
Sir, you're not that important about enemies.
Do you know how many subs I have? Okay. I piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, but you're an
Okay,
incel. You're not that.
oh
It's not
wow,
that.
that's
Well,
that's
I could talk
shocking.
about the red
Shocking.
zone I was in
Jen,
last
that's
month, but I
shocking.
guess I'm an
He's
incel.
pissed off a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
Listen, you
I
see,
just want to see what he looks
going
like
forward.
because
What?
that will
You want to
that
go
will
on a
explain
date?
everything.
Well, you want to go on a
Everything.
date?
I'll
You
go
want my
home.
number?
Anna, just give me a moment, please. And you can just have them. You can toss them around like a chew toy. Okay, just give me a second. Thank you. Okay, now going forward, are you familiar with the term divestment?
In terms of what? Is that a specific term? Like you can divest from a business?
And in terms of, and I'm talking about in the sense of black men wanting to, marry white women, black women wanting to marry white men. Do you have those kind of discussions?
So it's
And do
like
you see these
interracial
kind of things?
divestment? Is that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Are you discussing these kinds of things in your spaces?
Am I talking about black men who really want white women?
Or white women or black women who really want white men? Are you discussing these kinds of things in your spaces?
I mean, maybe some personal stories, but I'm not talking about like en masse interracial dating statistics. No.
Okay. Another thing too is to be clear, and on Annalise's point, I've always said this 1,000 times over. Feminism has always been about the protection of white women. Feminism has always been excuse me, sir. Feminism has always been about the protection and the progression of white women. White women are literally one of the most vicious people on the planet.
They're the number one predator of black men.
Can you stop for a second? Okay.
No, I'm agreeing with you. If you want a conversation,
I don't need you to do that. I don't need you to agree with me right now. I don't need you to agree with me right now.
For someone who's so famous, you have no panel etiquette. Get it together.
And here he is. He's gone. He's gone.
So what happened? Undead Chronic or whatever. That was his name, right? Undead Chronic.
You see nothing. You're stupid. Shut the hell up.
I was actually about to really go in on him too.
Wait, hold on. I missed everything. I went to the bathroom.
I didn't even get to ask him about the topic.
Reese, what you do?
You can't ask a bum about bums. Why are you going to ask a bum about bums, Jen?
Because they speak bums.
And hold on. Wait a minute. Because you know who are, and I love Ill Doctrine. Ill Doctrine, I love you. This man is an outcast among white men. Period. Full stop.
And that was the goal, and that was the point that I was trying to say.
He's an outcast. That's it.
Wait,
and
so
that's why I was asking him certain questions. Because this dude is an incel.
But Hiran, this is an outcast. I promise you, he's not of any intellectual value.
Feel you.
He's an incel.
I want him to come back. Undead Chronic, I want you to come back. Okay, come back. Yeah. I'll be nice to you.
And ironically speaking, remember what I told you guys before that the manosphere was put together originally by unwanted, undesirable white men.
Thank you.
And he just showed up right there, the most extreme example of it. And this is the reason why I wanted to ask him certain questions, so he can actually speak from the perspective of what we were discussing, on a previous show. So that we could just lay down the line and say, look, listen, we got a really grade A, straight out the back, raw, incel white man. He's white, and he's incel. Let him speak.
Let me.
No, but you know what though? But you know what?
I want to respond to Haram, but I want to do the super chat break. El Doctrine, thank you for the super chat. He says Mexicans are same as neighboring American indigenous people, except for the Huchal Mexicans.
Yeah, white.
Which are something else. Jews are same as whites. Feminism is white male ideological tribes strategy against another white tribe.
White. Like I said, Jews are white. They're all white. Like white.
This is why, going to your point, Haran, this is why, like, when white people come up, let them talk. We don't have to jump down their throat, like, get out of here, white. White people Don't intimidate me. I don't feel like there's
But
me.
it's,
Let them talk. Let them
it's
talk.
not about intimidation, Jen. It's not about intimidation. What can you learn from an incel that you haven't already learned from Kevin Booty Goon Samuels? He has nothing of intellectual value to offer. He doesn't have a new lens. Everybody knows that white women who get with black men are undesirables and they're discarded. We all know that people who take things to the extreme, like this white individual did, are also undesirable and discarded. That's why he couldn't put his camera, like he wouldn't ever do it. It's not because like he's wanted by the CIA. He's undesirable. He's discarded. We can't learn. What can I learn from an incel? What can I learn from an incel?
As a white woman, I shall say you will not speak bad about my people.
I can't learn anything from an incel. What's wrong with you?
We're not here to learn from white people. That's not what I'm saying. There's nothing they can teach me. But I wanted him, like Haran said, talk himself into his own corner. Like I like to see the dismantling. I know I'm not going to learn anything from him, but I'm just saying that we can't jump down their throat because they're not that important. It's not that important.
Did he answer my money question though?
No, but he was right. It is absenteeism though. Tristan.
I went to the bathroom. I'm like this. Listen, I gotta go.
It's number one is absenteeism. Number one is single parenthood. Absolutely, he's right. So it's not to say that in that sort of with that paradigm he was wrong, but his whole ideology, his whole premise, the lens with which he uses to see the world and women in it is problematic. It's probably, and we can take sound bites when he was talking about white women and black men. Like that's gonna be funny. I'm gonna use those sound bites on my channel.
Yeah, like I knew what he was on. I mean, it's parroted all the time. 18, I only date 18 and blah blah. She doesn't have a. We've heard it all before.
Ooh, that's a problem.
Think those type of white people are entertaining. I think those people are entertaining. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I know Chicago really wanted us to string them to the back of a pickup and drag them down a couple miles, but I'm like, they don't.
It is crazy. Jen been gone for basically a week. She comes back. Probably one of the biggest incels on the internet approaches her channel. Listen, Jen, when you make it, just cash at me just $10,000.
Oh, you know who he sounds like, Jen?
You deserve $10,000, Tristan. You really do,
Jen. But you know who Tristan sounds like? He sounds like Pookie asking for money. That's what he sounds like.
Listen, I will never deny my brokenness.
No, it's an inside joke. Come on.
No, I know the joke. I'm talking.
Do you know?
Tristan,
you know the homosexual, the YouTube panhandler? Come on.
Yo, she said YouTube pan. I'm not doing this right now.
I wanted to get to asking him what he thought about the Black Manosphere. I wanted to ask him about that. If he,
that's why I wanted him. He was the only white guy here. I really wanted to poke at him.
So I wanted to really ask him that, but he bitched out and ran. You know what I mean?
I figured somebody was gonna come when the chat was having those spam messages.
I'm sorry. You know what, Jen? Next time he comes up, because it's no ill will. Like people think that, oh, she hates these people. I don't hate them. Like I get a little bit riled up. I talk that talk. I'll dispute a point, but then I keep it moving. I'm back to my normal, back to baseline, and it's all good. But if he ever does come up, because now I understand, I'll drop down, and then I'll talk that talk in the chat. It's not a problem. Come back, come back, UC.
UC, I know you're listening to what we think about you. Hey, look, come on, white flag, come on up. White flag for the white man. Come on up.
Yeah, man. I mean,
that's how I'm coming.
It's all love, my white brother.
Hey, Jen, I want to talk about bum fight.
Yes, please. I was trying to ask him. I wanted to ask him, why did he come up? What about the topic made him come up? But we didn't get there. So go ahead, Reese, please.
All right. So I used to sell bootleg DVDs back in the day. You can feel free to roast me. You can roast me all day if you want. I don't care.
And everybody in New York did that, brother.
My bestseller ever.
Your bestseller was what? What was your bestseller?
My bestsellers ever was the R. Kelly tape, iRobot, and Bum Fight.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my
Christ,
God, Reese. This is not getting monetized.
Listen, Bum Fights, I'm a self-proclaimed evolutionist. Bum Fights has evolved into what happened on the show today. Bum Fights became ghetto brawls. Ghetto brawls became hood fights. Then it became Hood Fights 2, Ghetto Brawls 2, Bum Fights, and this went on and on and on. Then came YouTube. It came on DVD form first. Then came YouTube. Ghetto Brawls and Bum Fights got YouTube popping, along with a video of a soldier having his head cut off over in Iraq. That's how YouTube blew up and took over social media. Now, Bum Fights and that shit, that kind of shit, Ghetto Brawls and all that, that metamorphed into World Star Hip Hop, right? World Star Hip Hop is where Tommy Sotomayor was getting most of his footage from when he first started off. That's where he was catching all that black female ratchetness from and exploiting it. So that's what started up. That launched this gender war. You fast forward 15 years, here we are today. And now, you know, there's femicide all over the nation at the highest rates ever. You see what I'm saying? So you could say that Bum Fights, in a way, metamorphed into this.
Wow.
Actually, I'll take it back.
It opened up the door for bullshit to come on social media. Black people jumped the fuck in. And I want somebody to do the research and find out who started Bum Fights, like who's behind the scenes and financed it. Was it somebody black? Was it somebody white? That's something to look into. Now, this is the whole reason why I came to YouTube in the first place. I'm a micro YouTuber. I'm microscopic. I'm nobody. But when I was calling around the divestment streams and manosphere channels, I was realizing that this shit is really getting out of hand. So I came up with some dumbass idea that I was going to come in here and Martin Luther King all this shit and kumbaya everything. That failed. I got dog walked all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But when I reached out to y'all, I kind of dug y'all. I met y'all through Juana Chica. You see what I'm saying? And then I met other people through y'all. And about 5 times now, I've only been on YouTube a few months, about 5 times, I've met a group of people that introduced me to another group of people, turn around and they're hating each other and talking crazy. And now I got a choice to make. I try to love everybody. The reason why I'm saying it is because the content creators, you have to consider your viewers sometimes. Yet we are who you are. You see what I'm saying? We make you. So you have to consider us and our feelings sometimes. And, you know, the back and forth battles, that's fun to watch. That's must-see TV for me. You know what I mean? But the wars and the cheap shots and the family stuff and all that stuff, that's disheartening, man. And to see people go back and forth, I got to hold back tears sometimes, like watching people I love hate each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never met none of y'all or touched none of y'all, but I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all accepted me with open arms. An old man, a Ray. Never treated me bad or nothing. I didn't get this kind of love from my own family and on the street. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to chill with that rant. We talking about bum fights, but I think Bum Fights has evolved into this shit today. And don't get mad at me, but I like that white guy that was just on here. He's funny.
I just want to take it back to a little bit further than that. This is way back. This is probably beginning of the 90s, maybe. I don't know if anybody remembers this. And it kind of started, I guess, the desensitization of
Jenny Jones
people. What was it called? Faces of Death.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that with my dad when I was a little girl.
Okay,
Yo,
that
how
explains
young
a lot.
am I?
That
Oh
explains
my
a
God.
lot.
What are y'all talking about?
Explains a lot.
Yo, bring your dad on the show. Bring your dad on the show. I got some words for him.
Should we tell him what was on Faces of Death?
Yeah, Haran, that was family time with my dad. Mondo Biondo, Many Faces of Death. Like, that was me and my dad's chill time.
That's Game of Thrones.
I mean, I guess. I mean, well, okay. I don't even know if I should even say this on YouTube. I'm not even sure. I'll just say that there was some extreme things that happened on the footage of these tapes. It was like maybe 5 volumes, maybe. I'm not even sure. But yeah, there was like volumes of these tapes, and some of them were accidents. Some of them were accidents, but let's just say, like I said, you know, I'm trying to clean it up for YouTube, but let's just say think about the most horrific accident that you can possibly think of, and that's probably half of what happened on a Faces of Death tape.
Oh my God.
It was like everything an EMT would see, or first responders who an accident. Yeah. It was bad. And
it's
like
Game of Thrones. It's Game of Thrones, basically.
And we watched this. We trade tapes. We trade tapes and we watched it.
Ill Doctrine says falling
Thank
rotten
you.
fruit, not even low hanging fruit in the white community. Hobnobbing with our high hanging fruit. That's what just happened.
Yeah. Nothing like, and I just want to say something to, if you're having a discrepancy or a dispute in the chat, guys, let's keep this love and peace and bygones be bygones and agree to disagree. And if it's a misunderstanding, keep it moving. It's always love. It's always love. We don't want to put we want this to be a safe space for certain people, mind you, but this is a safe space for our people. Please keep it thorough in the
I'm
comment
sure
section. We
everything
love
is.
you all. We love
I
Ill
definitely feel you on
Doctrine,
that, Anna.
Chicago. Keep it thorough, please. We love you, especially
I,
Doctrine.
What's going on?
I'm sure Rilla is good. I'm sure Doctor and Rilla they gonna be good. They just having a little, a little discussion men have. Tomorrow they'll forget about it. It'll be all good. Peace to those brothers. Both stand up dudes. I've seen them talk. I've seen their energy when all this was really happening. A lot of things were happening, and Rilla was really stood on his square. For the right things and said the right things, as did Ill
Well, if they,
Doctrine.
I didn't catch it, but if they keep going, I'm gonna have them both get naked, and I got baby oil in the back.
There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
I found the perfect meme for this dude. Oh, and he left. Y'all want to see it?
So AJ, you know what I'm
Are you talking
talking
about
about, right?
Ratatouille?
Nah, for the white
just
dude.
right
If he was
here.
on the panel, I had the perfect meme. Oh my god, why did I go to the bathroom?
You
Yo,
never know what you're gonna miss.
Jen, you have to get him. You'll get him back, Jen. You'll get him back on the panel, right?
He'll come
I'm gonna
back.
find him and bring him back.
Before I never seen him before. That was like he just came
this
on.
meme
I
is so
recognize
beautiful.
his
Oh my
voice. I
god.
recognize that there's something about the octave or the cadence. I recognize it. I recognize him or I think he has a large channel, a large following.
Someone said he had 50,000.
Yeah. So yeah. I recognize him from the white manosphere space. Definitely.
You know what's
So he's
also
around.
gaining steam. And you know what's also gaining steam? I'm sorry to interject, Anna. You know what's also gaining steam? The Black Pill movement. I've been meaning to tell you guys about
Oh
that.
my God.
Yeah,
The what?
What's that?
The Black Pill movement. Well, the Black Pill movement is much
So
more
bad.
nihilistic. It's much more nihilistic than the Red Pill movement. A lot of Red Pill guys who might have listened to a lot of this shit is so fucking all over the place. There's a lot of Red Pill guys who might have listened to a lot of pickup artists and followed their teachings and found out that it didn't really work and so on and so forth. A lot of them, become disgruntled. They become depressed, so on and so forth, and then they turn into the blue pill. The blue pill says things like, this is all very fascinating. Sometimes I actually sit up at times and just read this stuff. The blue pill says things such as, okay, if you're born a certain way, if you don't have certain things, at your, at your disposal, you'll essentially die without any kind of companionship. If you're not a particular height, if you don't have a particular, if you don't make a particular brand of money, if you ain't slinging a certain way, y'all know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, essentially, if you're not desirable in any kind of context, you'll die alone. That's one of the major things about
these are terrifying ideologies. Can you imagine living your life and really adhering to this ideology, like this worldview? It's terrifying. Like, it's either that or maybe you just don't like women. I'm starting to think and wonder, like, is women the gender that you want to be with? Like, what do you mean men go your own way? Go where? You're biologically designed to be with a person, a companion, another human being. Like, that is your purpose on this planet. Where are you going? It's crazy.
Haran, do you think that, or maybe we are seeing it because somebody mentioned femicide on the rise. Do you think it's do you think this Black manosphere and the bums fighting, do you think it'll get as bad as like, these white school shooters? So I mean, they're online all day feeding and conditioning themselves to hate people because they're losers and life rejects. Do you think these black manosphere dudes and these bum fight dudes, you think they're gonna escalate to attacking
Absolutely.
women?
Absolutely.
Really, right?
Absolutely. I mean, look, man. I mean, look, I'm a major supporter of women arming themselves and knowing how to fight. You know what I mean? When my daughter gets to a certain age, she'll be taking self-defense classes and she'll be going to the range. You know what I mean? And I'll basically explain to her that you will be doing X, Y, and Z, and I will basically tell her that, yeah, it's better to ask for forgiveness and ask for permission if you ever put in any kind of situation. You know what I mean? I'm not playing out here when it comes to my daughter with these cats, man. You know what I mean? And
sorry.
Go ahead, Ann.
No, I was just gonna say, because someone put in the chat, I love they like to like cop please for different warped ideologies. It's all mush up. It's all stupid. So you can say whatever you want, but he said red pill isn't as bad. Red pill, to me, my understanding, my interaction with it, I would say that they're just as dangerous because there's a level of entitlement that that I feel they subscribe to and that they operate with, and that entitlement is a problem. It's a problem, right? You're not entitled to anything. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you have.
Chronic is back.
Absolutely.
Come on up.
Okay, I'm going to step down. I love you all. Be good.
Wait, he didn't know. He's not backstage. He's in the chat. He said, do any black supremacists want to come on my show? Too afraid?
I will be there.
Wait a minute. Let me say this. Please let me say this. Under Chronic, I have a lot of people that watch this channel who have a problem with me saying the word nigga. So I'm sure you guys say it over there a lot. So if you're watching and you know who I'm talking to, you old men, you chicks that claim the community, look, there's a white supremacist who wants you to go over there and go black power over there.
What's his name again? What's his name?
Undead Chronic.
Chronic. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because I noticed like people come after me for certain things and they don't go anywhere near these cats. Look, you could go to his channel. He's inviting you. He said, you want to come to my show, Too Afraid. So if you got a problem with the word nigger with the ER, look, go to his channel and discuss it with his people. Because, y'all beat your chest about it and how offended y'all are. Go to his channel. He's inviting y'all.
Right, but the Nick cells are afraid of the wig cells, right? Like, so there's still a hierarchy, right? And even in the most reprobate and degenerate YouTube communities, there's a hierarchy. So yeah, it's gonna be a no for them. We already know how bums operate. Bums operate like bums. That's it.
Not the wig cells and the Nick cells. They're not going anywhere over there because it's easier for them to talk about me for 4 or 5 hours because I call somebody a bitch ass nigga.
Because you're a woman. You are a woman.
But here we have, the wig cells and the Nick cells. They don't connect. I'm like, there's your fight. Go get your fight. The caucasity.
Yeah, no, but it's not gonna happen. So he's gonna have to find the clout elsewhere. Realistically, like Nick cells are not going to. They are going to denigrate black women. They're going to try to poo on black women. They're gonna act like they don't want these black women, but they secretly do, or actually don't. They overtly do. Like but it's the same for wig cells. Like it's the same. It's like the same side of a degenerate coin, really.
Yo, have y'all been paying attention to the manosphere for like the past couple weeks?
No, but you know who has been in the black manosphere? The FBI, the Homeland Security.
Listen, me and a couple of my homies, we believe that there's a wizard behind the curtain pushing a few people. And we've done some homework. I'm not going to talk about it here because your channel will be out of here.
Oh my God.
Pro is still active. What do you mean?
Huh?
This is so funny.
COINTELPRO is still active. What do you mean?
Really?
So now I'm look, government officials.
If you ain't been
I
paying
know she had
attention,
RZA on last week. This
hold
is
up,
by
homie.
no means. I'm not connected to this in any other way. Y'all,
Listen,
they all on their own.
the man
FBI
is
man in the room.
I have RZA up here. I think I'm good, right? The FBI's watching him. I'm sure not.
Dear
Ooh,
FBI, I have nothing to do with these people.
you can
Okay,
talk about him.
I'm letting it be known now. They told me to come up here, or they will.
We love you.
know,
We love all of
They
you guys. Just to
blackmailed me.
know.
They have some of my nudes. So this is all. Listen, I've
Oh
been black.
Jesus.
Whatever lie I
Oh
need to
Jesus.
say, I'm going to say, Mr. Dear FBI white man.
And can I? And I'm so sorry, Reese. I want you to continue with your thought. So obviously barring you don't get anybody in trouble. But I just wanted to say one last thing, to him asking a black supremacist, or I guess anybody that's willing to go toe
What
to
the fuck
toe.
is a black supremacist? Am I a black supremacist?
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
go holler at him.
No clue.
Hold on. This is what I want to say to that, because what we have in the black YouTube space, what we have is you have black men going, being, I guess, I'm not even going to say attacked. You have black men being handled by other black men as they should be when they get out of line, right? Men check men. You have a problem with a man, you shoulder check him, period. But what we have in the black community and what we have in the black YouTube space is the men, they will check black women instead. It's like, oh, you're coming after me? I'm going to come after a black woman that has nothing to do with you. I'm going to ruin her life. That's the type of time black men are on. So they would never go on your platform. They're weak. They're cowardice. It's a disgrace, really and truly. They need to be exposed. You should help expose them, if anything. It's a problem.
They're not going anywhere near these white people. They're not going anywhere near these.
Yeah, they're terrified. Why? I don't know why. Why would you be afraid? For what? Afraid of who and why?
Let me tell you something. I heard this lump of meat say the other day. And the reason why I'm not saying names is because I don't do free promo. You guys know me. If I got to beef with somebody, I'm one and done. Because it's to the point now where when I say someone's name, I'm getting more views for saying their name than they're getting views being themselves. Do you understand that? Me saying their name gets them more views and attention than them being themselves on their channel. And that's why I do one and done. I don't do free promo. So the other day I see this lump on meat, this lump of meat, telling the other idiot, the Daffy Duck with his beak shot off,
telling
him, like, you owe the community because you let her stay, nigga, and you her friend. You owe the community.
Oh
his
man.
name was popping out the side of his neck. So, okay, you mad at that. Here we are, a white man is inviting you over there to argue about the N-word. Where y'all at? I'm not understanding. But like Annalisa said, the wig cells and the nig cells, they're not going to hang out or fight or,
See, the thing is, bums hang out with bums. That's that businessmen hang out with businessmen, scholars and intellectuals hang out with scholars and intellectuals, and bums, real bums and scrubs hang out together underneath a bridge somewhere, right? And that's a metaphor. YouTube, there are bridges all over the place. They hang out, they have a tin can, and they want you to put super chats in them. They're bums. They're bums, but they hang out with bums, and that's it. That's what happens at the end of the day. But like I said, they're weak. They're cowards. They're not going to attack men. They're not going to check men because they're cowards. They're going to try to check women because they're weak, and that's what weak males do. Even in nature, I don't think males go after females like that. Not in nature. They go after men. They go after males. Like you can't even be an animal and a mammal species properly. Like you're even failing at being a mammal. It's sad.
Any of y'all watching? Because I know y'all lurking. Y'all like the kid. Any of y'all lurking? Look, here he is, Undead Chronic. Any black supremacists, hosts are welcome to join my show with 500 viewers. I could go over there and argue with someone who actually is using the nigga with the ER at the end. Y'all could go over there because I know y'all about the community and
not the ER.
So go over there. I want to see y'all show up. Fight for our community.
And listen, black people are starting to say with the ER now. Listen, it's
over. I saw it. I saw the guy I'm saying it with the ER. I saw it. I saw it. This whole thing is going to shit. This is why people, just a little pointer. I blocked all these Incelius Maximuses, and I also, when they pop up in your algo, because I'm trying to change my algorithm, I need these bums and these roaches the fuck away from me. So what I do is when they pop up, I click do not recommend channel. Well, not only do I block them, because YouTube doesn't let you block somebody and you never see them again. Like you block them and they still pop up in your algorithm. So you have to choose on the side, do not recommend channel, so they don't pop up at all. And that is what I am doing to change the algorithm. So he can, you can change the algorithm. I'll go to his channel. Undead, I'll go to your channel. I'll go to your channel.
I will too.
I'll go to your channel. Like we can have a conversation. I'll go to your channel. You're gonna end up kicking me off, but I'll go. You gotta promise you won't kick me off.
Don't dog walk him. Just go talk to him.
Let me tell you something. I got more cojones and balls. I'll go over there. These motherfuckers that are worried about me saying nigga, they won't go over there, but I'll go over there.
Right, and that's the hypocrisy. That's the hypocrisy.
I'll go over there and speak up for the community. Haran, you were laughing. Do you know who I'm talking about? Did you see that?
Jen, it's all entertainment, man. It's just like I keep telling people, none of these niggas is pulling up on nobody, man. Nobody's doing nothing. Nobody's doing nothing.
But are you not entertained, Haran?
Are you not entertained?
No, I honestly, Anna, after a long day of just coding and so on and so forth, I have found myself to be rather entertained by a lot of these things. You should like, niggas are better than you niggas.
Yo, I have y'all know that I am 0 for 10 with my Manosphere boxing tournament idea. I reached out to a lot of people and I got shot down every time. Nobody wants to throw hands. It's all bluff. Bullshit.
Reese is literally the cool drunk uncle, son. Like this nigga is literally.
Yo, listen, I'm not a drunk. I drink a beer like once every 3 months.
You said once every 3 hours. That's mad crazy.
Yo,
son.
you don't. Come on, you guys.
No, I love you, Reese. I love you.
I love Reese.
You know he had to laugh at that.
His whole demeanor is just like he's cool. He's funny. He's just like, and you just let him talk, and he's just like, he's got some very unique ideas about some things, and you just like, oh, okay. All right.
I'm old, nigga. I'm old.
Like we gotta tell Reese, like Reese, you can't bring the shotgun. Like you're going to talk to the man to get your money back for $20, not a whole prison sentence.
But yeah, Jen, I saw it. You know, on Wanted Caucasian. That is hilarious.
Was yelling at the top of his lungs. He was. I was like, "You about to get yourself a heart attack, old man? Relax."
He was pointing, yo, I was like, "Yo, somebody go." I was like, "Yo, his wife got to go get him." Like this.
Wait, what happened?
About to be catatonic. Like he's just. But you know what though? He was saying some true stuff though. He was saying some true things in terms of how them dudes was acting. You know what I mean? Especially when certain women came on the panel, and all of a sudden, you know, in the beginning, you know what I mean? It was all, you know, they were all googly-eyed.
It was all a week ago, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they was all starry-eyed and so on and so forth. But, you know, the moment, you know what I mean, they can't get no place, you know what I mean? She looked like Michael Jackson. But anyway.
Thank you for reminding me of something. I love you, Haran, for that.
Wait, no, Haran, this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing now.
And you know, most of them probably looking right now and creeping. But that's why I said, Jen, it's all entertainment. Like, come on, you dudes is fronting. Y'all fronting, man.
I said before, these are corner dudes with webcams. From the Bronx.
These are bombs, yo. Come on.
When I'm walking by these neighborhoods, them same corner dudes, they're like, yo, what's up, shorty? Let me get at you. I keep walking, I get out my face. Yeah, bitch, you ain't all that. These are corner dudes with webcams. I said that. These are corner dudes with webcams now. They just online now. They're no longer on the corner. I bet if you go down any Bronx street, them dudes aren't on the corner. They all cammed up now. They're all cammed up. So now you know that I walk away.
To your point, Jen, I've been around money. I've seen money. Real money.
Hello.
That don't look like real money to me.
That's all I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying. Hold on, Haran, because we were the ladies were talking about something the other day, and I thought it was interesting because I'm like, you know what? What's interesting about YouTube is it creates a lot of diversity, like actual diversity. Because here's the thing: in real life, the bums that are on the stage with us could never be in our not in my proximity, not within a 10-mile radius to me in real life. Like, you couldn't even buy me Starbucks. Like, in real life, you couldn't be around me. Whether this is in an academic circle, whether this is at my job, at my workplace, never. So when they get on the panel with women like us, what you tend to see is what I actually see is they're taking advantage of that time. Yeah. They're really taking advantage of the time that they spend and that they have with women like us on the panel. Right. Yep. And when I say women like us, I'm not saying, oh, we're the best looking women around, though I could toot my own horn if I want to. All of us could. But realistically, I'm talking about intelligent women, higher thinking women. I'm talking about like independent, go-getting women, real intelligent people. Like, you could never in the real world. In the real world, I would help you with resources and services in the real world to get you back on your feet in the real world. Like, you're not coming, like, it's not a coffee date. It's nothing. So they take advantage when they get on here. And so we give them that time. We let them shine, because when the cameras turn off, like the bum fights, they go back to being incels and nicels. They go back to hating themselves and their lives. They go back to having the reality and the understanding that I can never pull her. I could never, not in this life or another, I could never pull this person. Ever. So it is what it is.
Anna's PayPal? Right? What's Anna's PayPal? Oh, right now, like.
look at SpongeBob. He's so cute.
Just take my money, Anna, please.
Brandon is back to cry. I hope the black men in your sphere realize that when you talk about black men or black people, you are talking about all of them. No, honey, not my circle, not my family, not my network. Maybe you, like, if you're saying I'm touching you with these comments, or Annalicia's touching you with these comments, then say that. But the people in my network, my family, my child, we don't subscribe to that. That's why I made this. You know what I mean? Some, not all. So say you.
I talk to Jen every day. What is he talking about?
Yeah. Well, you know.
I know I identify as a white woman, but in reality, I'm a black man.
It's
not realize that when you talk about black men, you talk about them too. No, my people know. My people know.
And I think it applies to you. It's you.
Going back to what you said, Annalisa, I think that's what happens. That a lot of these bums in these bum fights, like, they let YouTube gas them because this is like beyond that corner walking away. Like, in New York, you walk away from these bums and they throw, bitch, you ain't all that at you. But here, they actually have you on the panel. So they start thinking, I'm worthy of this time. I'm worthy of her company. I'm worthy. No, we're just all on the same panel. We're all cross-promoting. We're all on the same panel. But you would not know me in real life. You motherfuckers don't even have a home. You motherfuckers are living off your parents. Like, all the men I've showed these clips to, they're like, that shit ain't real. Is he for real? Is he real? I was like, yes, these people are real. They really talk like this. This is who they are. We laugh at y'all. I laugh at y'all. Even when you try to be divisive and say, I'm going to say this about this person so they don't like her no more. Or I'm going to say that about that dude. We laugh at y'all. We laugh at y'all. And you really think that in your circle of friends, grandma used to say, right? Show me your friends. I'll show you who you are. Look at your friends. Look at the people that you talk to on a regular basis. I've seen people call people on the phone. These motherfuckers sound annoyed. Like, they be half asleep. Huh? What's going on? What's going on? You calling people who don't want to be bothered with you but tolerate you. I'm not going to tolerate you. They feel sorry for you. They know you're the runt of the group. They know you're the unstable one of the group. They know that you're the one that's always trying to medicate inside a vagina, self-medicate in vagina. So they feel sorry for you. It's just like Trump when people were saying, even amongst the rich, he was the tacky one. He was the one that people talked about when he left the room. That's what you are. That's what these people are. Like, even in a group of men, you're the butt of the joke.
See, the thing is like this, honestly, Jen, and I'll say this to everyone on the panel and the people in the chat. I want y'all to understand something very clear. Make something very clear to y'all. A very sharp indicator that a lot of these men aren't the men that they are is their ability to handle sensitive information. See, one thing about people with money, they understand and they respect the importance of guarding sensitive information. When a person is quick to drop the bag on you and say, "Oh, I got something on you," blah blah blah, blah so on and so forth, that person is not to be trusted. And then no way, shape, or form they have ever been allowed to be to rest in the circles that they claim that they are involved in. Because let me explain something to you. If you rat on somebody about something like that, what else are you willing to fucking open your mouth about?
No integrity, no character, no values.
Listen,
Yo, hold up.
a lot of Italian friends in New York City. I've sat with them. We've had these conversations. How are you a snitch recruiting other snitches and then trying to convince the public that you're not a snitch?
He's the feds. That's the feds.
I've watched a snitch recruiting other snitches. Like you gotta a text. You got a text I could show. You got a screenshot I could show.
God, it's bad.
You are literally exhibiting what you're claiming you are not and trying to freaking bring other people right into your snitch circle.
Snitchery.
We see it.
But Jen,
I'm not a snitch, but yo, y'all got a screenshot I could use. Y'all got it. How are you snitching while claiming you're not a snitch while recruiting snitches in the midst of you snitching? Where do you do that at? What part of the game is this?
The feds do that, Jen.
You think that any real man is looking at you, not thinking you a fucking clown and not trustworthy shit? I didn't even reveal information.
Yo, like what AJ just said.
If these motherfuckers talk about everybody else like this, are you going to give them personal information? So y'all go on ahead and believe whatever the fuck y'all see. But did you really think that Jen from the block sat with any motherfucker that she saw constantly talking about people and said, "Here's my life"? Do you really think that happened? I was like, I wouldn't tell these motherfuckers. He worse than a woman. And we all have those girlfriends, ladies. We have those girlfriends that talk about everybody, and we're like, I ain't telling this bitch shit.
Wendy Williams.
I'm like, I ain't telling this bitch shit. That's what these, but it's like, I'm literally hearing people tell me, yo, this motherfucker's recruiting snitches while he's claiming he's not a snitch. Where they do that at? Y'all got a screenshot I could spill? I'm about to say what this person told me. I'm about to read these screenshots. You are the quintessential snitch.
But
you know what though, Jen?
But who does that, Jen? Hold on. Let me.
Am I wrong?
No. Let's think about an organization that does that. Feds do that. Feds. The feds want to recruit the rats in the hood to snitch. You're a fed. You're a federale, and it's okay. But come out here and wave your federale flag. That's it. Come out and be who you are. Be Ratatouille. That's it. This is the problem that I have. You claim to, if I can't get to him, I'm gonna go after her. Let's understand the logic. There's nothing between you and another man. Nothing. If he checks you, you check him back. There's nothing impeding your ability to do what you need to do as a man to clear your so-called rat face name. Nothing. But in your mind, in the way that you reason with yourself and your degeneracy is to say, I'm going to go after a woman. Her, you're the one. You make him do something I want him to do, or I'm tearing your whole life apart. But here's the thing that rats don't understand. This is why rats get caught in the trap. You love the cheese. This is why you get caught, because you don't know what we know. Rats don't know that there's a trap around the corner. You don't know what we know, sweetheart. You don't know who we know. That's the problem. You don't know that we were already privy to all of the information. Because you understand, if this is our homegirl, this is our homegirl. We overstand. We're behind the scenes, in real time, live. We already know. But you don't know, and it kills you. It kills the rat. When they don't know where the trap is, it kills them. but you still want the cheese. You want to go hard in the paint, right? So do your thing, Ratatouille. Keep doing your thing. But we know things that you don't know. We know things that you don't know we know. Wait on it. Because you're talking about weight. You're talking about weight. You're trying to rally all your rat troops. You're trying to get the rat pack together. I hear you. I see you. We overstand. Wait for it. Because you want to play. If you want to play this game, we can play this game. And this goes for Pookie. This goes for Ray Ray. This goes for the educated lame who wanted to be a Pookie, but you're a rat instead. This is the thing. You are too weak and afraid to be Pookie, so you ratted instead. You'll never get Pookie's respect in real life. So you're on YouTube trying to get it from the most broke, reprobate, and degenerate niggas of all time. But we have your number, and we know what's going on. We know your whole life. So play the puss. Play the ass.
Hello, police.
And go in and go, and you're gonna fall in the trap like every rat always does.
I'll say this, and it anybody knows, if y'all know, real G's move in silence. That's why I do one and done, and then I let people do them. But real G's move in silence, and we all know, and I will say this as calmly as I can. We all know that in any real circle of men, and I've hung out with white men, black men, Italian men, whatever. I've been privy to a lot of backdoor conversations. I've been privy to a lot of circles, as I'm sure you have. And anyone who acts like that and talks like that and tells everybody's business and thinks it's a joke, when that person walks away from that real man circle, everybody's discussing the way that motherfucker moves, and everybody knows that he is not to be trusted. Okay. Right. And they'll smile in his face, but once he walks away, they know what that motherfucker's about. So, like AJ said, never trust a grown man that says, I got receipts with a straight face. Except
listen,
more like, I got receipts. If you ever hear a man say, I got receipts.
Listen,
I got receipts.
If you want Wendy Williams' job, now is the time. It's high tide. Now is the time to get her seat is up for grabs. Say you want to be Wendy. Say you want to sit down and drink tea. Say you want to spill everybody's business. Come and say that, and we'll have more respect for you. But don't move like you're thorough. Don't move like your name has any carte blanche. Don't move like you're that guy. Don't move like you're not a rat. Don't move like you're not pathetic and degenerate and narcissistic. Don't do that. Be who you are. Be what you are. If you want to be Wendy Williams, the seat is yours. It's up for grabs. If you want to be thorough, be a man. Be a man. Check other men if you have a problem with them. Leave the women and the children out of it. Do you understand? Be a man.
Or
What's
don't.
wrong with these rats?
Or don't, and see where the chips fall. Or don't. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll just see where the chips fall. I'm curious.
Hey, Jen, I want to say one thing before I get out of here, right?
Yeah, Reese.
I don't know what snitches y'all talking about, but before I get out of here, let me say this. Tekashi 6ix9ine opened up a porthole that leads to another dimension. And I'm out. Love all of y'all.
There we go.
Take
Love,
care,
Reese.
Reese.
Always love.
All right, brother.
I will say one thing, though, Jen. I will say one thing, Jen. I've never seen a rich dude play thug. Only on TV, though.
There we go.
I mean, yo, if I was, I'll admit, I'll be the first one to admit. I mean, some of these guys out here, the way that they in comparison to the life and the upbringing that they had, I mean, they were damn near Kennedys in relation to me. You know what I mean? I'm from the mud. You know what I mean? I'm from Far Rockaway. You know what that is, you know what I mean, Jen? So to see that, if I was in a bag in the beginning as a kid, man, I don't know where I'd be at right now. I wouldn't be here having this conversation. I'll tell you that much. But I mean, it is what it is. And I don't think I've officially said hello to you.
I said, yeah, you did. I said hi when you came on the panel. Remember?
I did. Okay, all right, cool. You know what I mean?
It's always love her on. Don't worry, you're not.
I just want to make sure my manners were there. You know what I mean? You know how we.
Brandon Baxter, very, very comfortable, extremely comfortable. Very much so. I'm very comfortable with my friends and my family. Very, extremely, immensely. Thank you for noticing, by the way.
I tell you one thing though. I'll tell you one thing though.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. It's weird. It's weird.
It's kind of funny because throughout this whole situation, and Jen can be Jen and so on and so forth. I get it. I mean, it is what it is. But she's ready to go for her guns a lot faster than I've seen some dudes. I'm just saying.
That's a fucking fact.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. A lot of guys talk it. A lot of guys talk it. I've seen a lot of guys talk it. And my thing has always been like, look, man, either y'all gonna fight or shut the fuck up. That's just that's always been my stance in life. If you got a problem with somebody, the constant back and forth doesn't make any sense to me. But it is what it is. Everybody plays the situation that they need to play in, in the way that they want to play it. But I'm just used to seeing men who move differently. That's all I'll say.
Same. Like this is all new to me, but now, the corner boy culture is a culture that I never participated in. So I didn't know how they walked and talked and moved. These were the dudes that we ignored on those corners. They were dusty, they were broke or living off of women. That's the culture. That's all I knew on the surface, right? Because you see the baby mothers helping them out with the weed. You see the baby mothers, they're living in their apartment, or maybe one of their parents is still helping them. That was the cult. That was on the outside. But I was never privy to these conversations or how they moved or how they thought snitching was okay, as long as it's snitching on that person or someone they deemed weaker than them. I didn't know. So it's like YouTube is opening up this whole Pandora's box to their language, to how they move, to how they shape, to how they barely raise their children, right? They don't even raise their children. They drag their children up. So this is all new. This is all new intel. So I'm learning as I go. And I got to say, I'm not from that funny world. Like, I know real G's, and I don't have to tell you how deep it goes. I'm not Don King. I don't have to promote my life. I don't have to promote my money. But this is eye-opening. This is like, wow. So this is what goes on with the corner boys. I don't like it.
Like, you know what the difference is? You know why you're not used to these things? And it's one of the main reasons that powers social media. People are able to, at least under the guise of it, they're able to move without a sense of consequence. See, prior to social media, you couldn't move a certain way because you were out in the open. So you had to watch yourself. So you weren't as loud with certain things and so on and so forth, because you might find yourself upside down somewhere on some realness. You know what I mean? And it was what it was. But once that subculture, because I've always felt that it's always been there. Once that subculture was able to move into a space where they felt safe, it was kind of like when Trump got elected.
That's it.
Once that subculture that was bubbling under America felt safe, like, oh yeah, this is the guy. We can back this guy. We can say whatever we want to say. We can do whatever we want to do. We can dress up like Jamiroquai and take over the Capitol. You know what I mean? We can do all
yeah.
You know what I mean? And once they saw that, they saw the green light. They saw the opportunity. And I'm seeing this with a lot of these guys now. They see the opportunity to be, because let's keep it real. I see a number of these, pickup artist guys. And I can tell, like, all right, this is a guy who probably really didn't have a run per se. He went to the gym, he worked out, probably got a good job. Probably, he met some girls here and there in his life and so on and so forth. He feels, equipped to hand down life lessons and so on and so forth to an eager audience and, make money off of it and capitalize off of it. I'm not mad at it. I don't knock the hustle. But real manhood, real manhood and real lessons come from actually being in the trenches, man. It comes from making the mistakes. It comes from owning your mistakes. It comes to sitting down one day and saying, okay, I was this, or I come from this, but I want to be a better man now. I want to break the cycle. I want to be a better version of myself and so on and so forth. And you have to go through all these changes and things like that. A lot of these guys, we have to understand, they're starting very late in life. They're doing this in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, and they damn near dead, you know what I mean, already, you know what I mean? So they don't understand that, hey, man, this takes practice. This takes experience. Being a man takes experience. That is it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Don't let anyone lie to you. Being a man takes experience. And he takes the understanding that at the end of the day, you know what I mean, what manhood is a thankless job. It's not about fairness, man.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
It is not about fairness. It is not about getting patted on your shoulder. It's about understanding what is on the docket and you're getting it done.
Sounds like my daddy.
That's it.
There it is.
That's it. You know what I mean? It's not about negotiations. It's not about any of these things. Because if everything goes under, if everything falls apart, everybody's going to look at you. And if you don't look at yourself and say, yeah, I could have done better, or whatever it is, if you don't take the time out to do that, then you were never really a man to begin with, man. You have to. Go ahead, Anna.
No, go ahead.
And at the end of the day, look, man, we have to understand this. Like, look, you know what I mean? Those cats, I don't know, none of those cats. I have no problem with any of those cats. It's entertaining to watch it sometimes, but enough, man. Stop with the crying, man. Just
That's
stop.
really all it is. That's really all it is. Crying because she didn't want me.
Look, and it is what it is. It happens. It happened to me. It happened to your father.
Jen, go to hell,
it happened to your great grandfather. It happens. You know what I mean?
It keeps it burning me.
And you know, that's something that you talk to your therapist about. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But hey, man, you got to come to you got to come to grips with it, with the reality of a situation, and be like, look, this is what it is. I got to do this with my life. I got to make this happen. I got to make this shake. She was what she was, and you know what? No hard feelings, because that's what we have to learn in life.
But remember, Haran, I'm a firm believer in the religion of throwing motherfuckers over that 300 clip. Some people are the discarded. Some people will never chuck them. Like some people will never change. We talking about late 30s here.
I agree.
Here we talking about there is no help for some people. They will be like that at age 40, 50, 60, 70. And I want to clear something up. You know, some of these people think that they're humiliating women or embarrassing women. What's embarrassing? The only thing, because let me tell you something, I'm too valuable. I'm in too many places and important in too many ways for any of these freaking bums to diminish me in any way, shape, or form. But let me tell you what is embarrassing. I mean, completely and utterly. They think that it's the doxing and the thumbnails. What's fucking embarrassing is that I even know you. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's sad.
That embarrasses me. When you make up a story and I have to call my friend that I know via business and ask him, did some fucking Daffy Duck looking nigga with his beak shot off approach you in a club and talk to you about me? When I have to call my friend out of his busy day and ask him, look, there's this clown on YouTube talking about he saw you in a club. Did that happen? And my friend has to say, I'm not even in New York. Who these clowns you talking about? And I'm like, okay, I'm just checking. I'm sorry. Go back about your business. Like, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
When I have to take time out of my day to call a real man about what some clown said on his platform, that's embarrassing. You trying to diminish me, you cannot. You cannot. You're not even in my league. I would never date you. I've seen the girls you've dated. Stay over there. That is your lane, okay? So that's embarrassing to me when I have to interrupt the life of one of my friends that's actually doing some man shit, like you were talking about, Haran, to ask him, did some cornball approach you in a club? He's on his platform talking about somebody just told me that he was saying that he approached one of my friends. That shit is embarrassing because these people I know in business, you know what I mean? So that's embarrassing. But you saying whatever you saying about me, that's not embarrassing. Knowing you is embarrassing. And please know the difference. Knowing you is embarrassing. Knowing that I share time and space, even if it was on YouTube with you, and I let you call me like a fucking maniac all fucking day long, and I had to fucking answer the phone because you were a child, like a little puppy, constantly calling and texting. That's embarrassing. Knowing you is embarrassing. What you're saying about me is not embarrassing. Me having to call my friend about you, that's embarrassing. But
I'm embarrassed for you.
Like that part
Yeah.
is embarrassing. Like, I don't have these conversations with my friends. I don't have a network of friends like these clowns do, where this is real conversation. We're showing receipts is real conversation. We're recording conversations with women is real conversation. Like the men I talk to, the men I talk to, we don't have these conversations. So when I have to look one of my friends in the eye and be like, do you know this motherfucker's talking about receipts? And they're like, who, a bitch? A girl? No, a man. A man. When I have to have these conversations, like, that shit is embarrassing. What you're saying about me is not embarrassing, because a bum is gonna bum.
Thank you.
Me having to talk to my friends about that, like, because, and the only reason I asked was because I would have apologized had this bum really approached my friend in a club. I would have apologized, like, look, I am sorry that this bum even knew that I knew you. But when he cleared it up, he was like, ain't nobody approached me nowhere. I'm not even in New York right now. And I was like, you know what? I didn't even elaborate. I was like, okay, cool. I'll talk to you later. But had he told me, yeah, some bum came up to me in a club and asked me about you, then I had to apologize. I would have had to apologize to him, because I don't play like that with my friends, right? So to have this motherfucker on a platform fabricate this whole story, yeah, I was in the club and I saw her friend, and yeah, you know, he worked for Carl Kanai. Who the I don't even know.
You're going to hell, Jen. I
don't even know anybody at fucking Carl Kanai. Like, who the fuck knows that? I don't know anybody at Carl Kanai.
What is that?
Carl Kanai is a designer from the 90s. He came up at the time of FUBU and academics and stuff.
Even like I knew him, Tristan. Wow.
First of all, that sounded mad old. I don't know.
Oh, no, he didn't say that.
He did say that. It's from the 90s, so it's probably old to him, and that's okay.
I was probably, what, 5? I'm
you know
sorry.
what? We're not going to do this. But Jen, I just want to say to her.
That's embarrassing for me to call my friend and thinking I have to apologize for this clown stepping him in the club. But that didn't happen. That was just another fabrication to entertain y'all, because you know it's entertainment, like Haran said. But I was just worried, because I'm like, I don't want my friends approached about the bum shit that goes on YouTube.
The bum fights.
Not about that.
Can you imagine?
For their parents. My friends are not doing clerical and secretarial work for their parents. They are closing deals. They own networks, okay? And for the record, I'm not talking shit. He will be here talking about the network that he owns very, very soon. That's my network. That's my circle. So when these bums collide with my network, I got to ask and make sure everything is cool.
No, but I hope you learn your lesson, Jen, firstly.
Listen.
And secondly, yo, listen, man, you're going straight to hell, Jen. But listen.
All my friends will be there.
Well, we all are, realistically. But to Haran's point, I think that being a man and all that entails, while it may be a thankless job, it is a job that does garner reverence, generational reverence, I would say, right? Like when there's a solid, thorough, good man in your lineage, in a part of your family, you'll have grandbabies talking about him forever. You know, whether it's my father, the uncle, the grandfather, the great-grandfather, the great, like there's so much generational reverence that comes along with that role that I feel like if men could understand that, right? And sometimes it's foresight. You might not feel it right now. You might not get it right now. It may be thankless. I feel like being, women, there's a lot of thankless jobs that women sign up for. But with men specifically, generationally, the reverence that is attributed and assigned to that role, it's limitless. It really is. So I say, you might not know how to be a man, but as long as you're figuring it out and you're being accountable, reverence. Do what you need to do. It is thankless, but do what you have to do. That's life. That is life, people.
And it's a beautiful thing, and you're gonna mess up and you're gonna make mistakes, right? But you just have to stay in the fight. To take the easy way out and become a complete and utter clown on YouTube for some super chats is some sad shit, man. It's some sad shit. But if I was doing clerical work for my parents and that's all I had, and a bunch of women rejecting me, and the ones that that were stepping up to the plate disgusted me when they walked away as they were naked. I'd be probably on receipts, dropping receipts on people and recordings. I probably would be doing that too. I do not know what it feels like to be miserable. I do not know what it feels like to be unfulfilled. I do not know what it feels like to have my mother not like me. I do not know. I don't get rejected by men, right? So I do not know.
Jen?
I do not know how that feels, but I'm sure it's a very painful existence. But don't think for 1 minute I can relate to it. I can't even empathize. I do not know. So I do understand why people carry on the way they do, but I don't know what that feels like or what that type of pain is. I do not know. And you cannot drag me down there. You can't invite me down there. You can never diminish me. You're already diminished. So I just stay the fuck away from my friends because you're embarrassing. Please don't, like, I know that was a fabrication. I know that was a lie for entertainment because you have nothing on me. So you got to keep lying and lying and lying because you know damn well I didn't tell you shit about my life because I saw you was a little gossipy bitch. So I didn't tell you anything about my life personally. So you got to make shit up. That's fine. But please, if you see my friends in public, do not embarrass me. Do not embarrass me. He's like that motherfucker where it's like your friends will be like, you know that guy? And I'm like, well, let me explain. And it doesn't make sense because we've never even dated. That's what you do when you date like some bum in the past and then your friends are like, girl, you dated him? But it's even worse because I've never even seen this motherfucking person. So please stay away from my family, my friends. It is embarrassing when I even hear you talk my name. It's fucking embarrassing. You are embarrassing. Even with the bracelet some girl got you, like, you are embarrassing. You're embarrassing. Even with that one Rolex that you own, you are fucking embarrassing. Don't stop my friends when you see them because my friends will diss you. Everybody's on alert. My friends will clown you and then they will call me in and we will clown you together. Stay away from my network, please. Like, these motherfuckers really think because you gave them the time that they're up to your standard. No, you still renting a room and you over there still doing secretarial work for your parents. Like, stay away from my people because I wouldn't go anywhere near your people. Stay away from my people. Whatever people I know that you know, they came to me. They came to me. So it is not my fault that you have a string of motherfuckers who cannot stand you that you robbed and stole from. Don't blame me. Look at the mirror. Do not blame me because my panel is open. So if anybody wants to come up here and tell their story, they are free to do so.
Ooh.
Anybody want to come up and tell their story or they got something to say, my fucking door is open. But I won't be naming certain people because I'm not doing free promo, and I'm grateful for all the new subs I have, and I don't want to put this on them either. I don't even want my new subs to be like, who's she talking about? Let me go check it out. You will not get free promo from me. You will not. I'm one and done, and be happy. Be happy I gave you that press. You will not get another one. I don't work for you. You work for me. That's why you're talking about me every night, and I'm a hot topic. So why would I get mad that I'm a hot topic and then you talking about me as a topic? You're supposed to talk about me. I'm a hot topic. It's the same way we talk about celebrities. They hot topics. So you work for me. I don't work for you. Okay. That's why you talk about me every night. I'm a hot fucking topic.
Wendy Williams has hot topics.
Talk about me. I'm part of your hot topics segment. You working for me. I don't work for you. You work for me. That's why I do a one and done. But please, by all means, keep talking because my subs are growing. You are my free promo team. You're the street team from back in the days. When people that throw stickers on phone booths.
And flyers. Yeah.
Remember them cats that used to throw stickers on phone booth? Y'all are part of that team for me, except I don't have to pay y'all. And that's the beauty in it. But you work for me. I don't work for you. And I know you're good at secretarial work because that is your day job. So continue doing that. And I'm okay with that. But I'm not going to promote you. I'm not going to say your name. So all my new subs, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. But who I'm talking about don't even fucking matter. I'm not going to send you over there. There's nothing but garbage over there anyway, and bum fights and doxing. And recorded conversations by men. Men are recording conversations that they have with women on 3 ways and 4 ways. Men.
Can we talk about that?
What?
But Jen, hold on. Jen, can you tell me what type of people take screenshots and just to create the expose, right? The hot topics, the expose. What type of, outside of federales and rats, this is rat like behavior. That's all this is. And rats don't have integrity. They want the cheese. They need to get to the cheese. And there's no morals. There's no values. There's no integrity. But what group of people try to expose women via screenshots, via you're recording a woman. You're a federale. You are a fed. Yo, you're a fed. This is a fed. Now everybody has to be on their P's and Q's. But guess what? Do you see what I see? You don't know who we have coming. You don't know. So if you want to
nothing coming. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, okay, well, you know what?
Bad. I feel something's about a shitstorm is coming.
This is all I have to say.
And you can hear her grin
dress
on the
warm.
other side. You can feel her grin as well. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to know.
We just kicking it. We just some friends kicking it. No, for real. It's all
no,
love.
but it is. It's always love. But the thing is, when people genuinely dislike you because you're genuinely an evil person at your core, it's that's light work. That's light work. They're banging down the door like this. Like, can I tell you something about this person? Can I show you something about this person? Like this every day. It's like you're opening. Hello. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's snitching defined though. That is what that is. If I have a conversation with you and people, it's funny because people are like, Jen, don't be showing receipts. I don't have.
Yo, don't say it again.
I don't have
say
to.
it again.
Girlfriend succotash show receipt. I don't have to show receipts because I'm so G. Either you believe me or you don't, right? Either you believe me or you don't, right? So I could easily post up receipts, and I don't do that. I don't have the fucking time to dedicate to that, right? Bill Doctrine said, I'm unclear about a lot of backstories here.
I love your doctrine.
In that circle, and it seemed like it was falling apart as though there was a spreading drug addiction. That's the epidemic. Contagious. They are contagious.
It's the bum epidemic. It's the
whole
pandemic.
COVID-20 going on right now.
That's what it is. Bums.
It's the whole COVID-20. It skipped 19. I don't know what's going on the last few weeks. Like a whole new pandemic happened on YouTube. Whole COVID-22. I said everybody's wild.
No, it's not everybody. It's only bums and it's only bums and federales that masquerade as businessmen and affluent men, and even the pookies that try to masquerade as like good fathers and good men. Listen. The people are like this. Can I tell you something about him? Like this every day. So this is what I'm saying. Like, tread lightly. Por favor. S'il vous plaît.
Listen, I tell everybody everything just because everybody know I got jokes. I can laugh my way out of any situation. It has happened multiple times. So I'm just honest. And plus, whatever you have to say about me has nothing to do with me. That's how I roll.
But you know what? Like, again, I will not for 1 minute criticize the audience because we all watch reality shows, and there's nothing more entertaining than effeminate men talking about receipts. And I'm a blow, and I got receipts, and I'm gonna blow it up, and I got the recording girl. Like, this is Mona Scott Young Gold. We're watching it for free. So I understand the appeal. That's why I refuse to criticize the chat or the people that go from this panel to this panel to this panel. This is Mona Scott Young Gold. To watch a grown man in his 40s talking about, I got receipts. I got that. That's what we tune in to watch. It's just not Love and Hip Hop, and nobody's getting paid because they can't get a fucking super chat to save their life. So they doing it for free, right? But I understand the followings. I understand the car wreck, pulling up to see what happened. I completely understand it. Just understand that I won't promote anybody on my channel. They promote me because I am the hot topic, right? I'm not promoted. When I say I'm one and done, I'm one and done. You won't hear me say those names.
Like Tristan.
Okay.
Look at you,
Smell a
Stin.
bum.
We do smell a bum.
I won't, you know what I mean? I won't be doing that. I'm just pointing out the bum fights on YouTube, and are they the new bum fights, you know, from the early 2000s that we used to see? Is that what this environment is turning into? So yeah, I'm gonna address the bumfuckery of it all, but I am not going to promote anybody. They promote moi.
But we're one and done, right?
Huh?
It's one and done, right?
It's one and done on this panel, on this channel, but I'll cam up with anybody or whatever. It's one and done on this channel as far as me naming names, because I'm like, last time I said a motherfucker's name, everybody came to see who I was talking about. The funny thing is, I'm getting more spin saying his name than he's fucking getting with his own name. Make it make sense. The math ain't mathing. You over there being the person, okay, and you're not getting the spin.
Not
I'm
being
talking about the person and getting more spin. So obviously me saying your name has value to you. You saying my name has no value to me, because you saying my name is not getting views. So what does that say? Like, it's like you got no pull over there. But again, I digress. I understand watching the wreck of it all. This is Mona Scott gold. Like, if he auditioned, if these cats, these bums auditioned for Mona Scott, they would get jobs. That's something they should consider, because they're not going to make money here. People are just coming to watch and then they keep rolling. But they're not going to make money here. So it's like, they're not going to make money here. Except for the only thing they're going to do is make me make money. That's it.
And let me say something. I just want to say something, because I know we're about to wrap up.
Yeah.
But I just want to I want to make sure that people understand that, like, this wasn't it, and that's why we did the town hall. And a lot of people said, well, why didn't you let people get, you know, their side of the story and blah 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 blah.
Oh, I heard a lot of people crying about that. I thought it was going to be a town hall and they were going to let me up.
Right. But like we said, bums are going to bum, nakers are going to nake, narcissists are going to narc, and federales are going to federale, right? So like that's not a town hall. That's just like a pit of degeneracy. That's not what we were trying to do.
Right.
We were really trying to make sure that Black women, like for me, I wanted to make sure that E-Black's wife understood that she got a veil of protection, that Black women in general need to use discernment when, just because a Black man is waving a Pookie flag and saying, I protect Black women, don't trust him off the rip because of that. Look at the actions of the Pookie, not the man. Look at the actions of the Pookie. A Pookie is going to record you. A rat Pookie, I should say. Not even a Pookie. Pookies don't really engage in that type of behavior.
Who the fuck is that? What are you trying to record? Who is this going to?
That's what I'm saying. So don't cry about, oh, it should have been fair. It should have been fair. When men attacking women, is that fair? Is that apples to apples? You want to tell me it's fair? When men attack women, and I'm not talking about one singular man.
The funny thing is that these motherfuckers think that this shit is real. They had a town hall. I thought we were gonna go. Don't you have a platform, motherfuckers? Don't y'all got platforms? Don't you have 10 to 15 people of fucking? And let me tell you something. It looked like the fucking senior citizen. Some of these panels I look at are embarrassing. Okay, they're inviting me to some of these panels. I was like, I'm not going over there. Look at
They saying they said it's supposed to be fair. I'm not.
Yeah, they was like she had a town hall and she didn't invite us. I thought it was gonna be a town hall where we were all gonna
tell our side. Yeah.
Oh, get the fuck and tell you. Y'all been telling y'all side for months and months and months. Why the fuck would I have you on my panel? For what?
To lie. They only want an opportunity to lie, to cry, and deny. That's it. That's what rats do. They lie, cry, and deny. That's it. AJ, but at the end of the day, your goal and your objective was to destroy families, was to try to have an expose piece, right? To sip your tea, to be Wendy Williams. That was your goal, and you achieved the objective of being Wendy Williams and a Pookie rat face, Ratatouille. So those goals were, those objectives were achieved. But in reality, we know who you are. We know what you are. And we know people who know even more. So this is what I'm saying. Cuidado. You have to be careful. It's a problem.
It's a
We
problem.
want love and peace, but when you act like a pookie and you act like a rat, we have to put the trap around the corner. This is what happens, and then we have to. It's a problem. So, do you want love and peace, or is this what you want? Like, come on, man. Be honest with yourself.
I know nothing for the poor.
Yo.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm glad we had this conversation because, like I said, I wanted to address a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing, and it is turning to the bum fights of 2022. And this is beyond matter. And just to be clear, this is beyond what I've experienced. Like, this is me outside looking in at other people having these bum fights, not just what happened in our little circle, but just scrolling, I see names I've never seen before, and this person is fighting this person. That's really, it's sad because that's how I'm learning of these YouTube channels. I'm not even learning from them like, oh, this guy had a good topic or this girl had a good topic. Like, this is being thrown in my algorithm, and this one is at war with. I saw one today of two people I'd never heard of before, but apparently they're going at war with each other. So this is just becoming more and more common because these people don't have content. They're on here to be Mona Scott Young flunkies. So, and again, I get it. I'm sure it's entertaining. It's just, it's not entertaining to me. And that's why I blocked all these motherfuckers. And I choose the do not recommend channel as well. I know a lot of people tag me, but I'm the hot topic. So I know you're going to tag me. You could keep tagging me because the more you tag me, the more people are going to come check out what I'm doing. And I appreciate the promo, if nothing else, but I won't be on certain panels. A lot of you are in my DMs asking me to be on your panels and have certain interviews. I will not, if you're in certain circles of people that I blocked off my algorithm, because I just don't want them to come back on my algorithm. And if I fuck with you and you fuck with them respectfully, I don't want anything to do with you. And it's not personal to you. It's just that neutrality in this situation is a problem because I just don't want them on my algorithm. So it's nothing personal towards you. I don't want them anywhere near my algorithm. And the only way I can change that is if I don't fuck with them and I don't fuck with you. Okay. But y'all are welcome on my panel to collab. But I need this. This was disgusting. I want these corner boys to fuck away from me. It's embarrassing. I don't want to know them. I don't want them going up to my friends if they see them in clubs or pretending they did. Like, I don't want them anywhere near my people. And when you lay with dogs, you get fleas, and I don't want no fleas.
When you lay with bums, you get herpagona syphilificus. So stay away from the bums, period. Listen, I also want to say shout out to real men. Shout out to gentlemen who really was 10 toes down, couldn't be moved, didn't deviate from the truth. This guy tried to pull out receipts out of this man. I kid you not, for like an hour straight. An hour straight, he tried.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, understand that people are desperate now for content. So they will use you. It's a game to them. They have nothing to lose. When they log off, that shit hits them, and it hits them hard. So what they do is try to share their misery and project their misery. I know these people have no lives. And if you see them, they sit up there in the can, they smiling about all the destruction's going on. You have to know that those are destructive, toxic people. When these horrible things are going on and being said, and they sitting there smiling. Now, I don't know if it's the weed strain or whatever it is they were drinking prior to. Maybe that's why they're smiling like idiots. But they're sitting there smiling, reveling, and loving the destruction. And again, maybe a lot of y'all detached and you just like the show, which is great. I watch Love and Hip Hop, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Like, come on, man.
Not anymore. They got boring. They got tired. But I get it. This is like the bum fights of 2022, as I said in the thumbnail and the promo. And I get it. I see. I get it. I know it's entertaining. But just so you know, when you come here, I'll always have the variety for you and the spiciness and the interviews and the really dope content, shit like that. I'm not gonna be bringing up names or anything like that. I got no receipts for you except you won't find any receipts on the block with Jen.
But shout out
to
people who tell the truth and who stand on their integrity and are not moved by rats and are not moved by by lies. Shout out to him for being honest and telling the truth. I might be saying this preemptively. I don't know, because bums can manipulate you out of, like, they can get the money in your wallet, they can get the information out of your phone. Like, bums are gonna bum, like I said. So I don't know if I'm saying this prematurely, but shout out to him. And I would like to thank him, because there are men like this that do exist, that say, listen, this is the truth, and I'm standing on that, and I'm not moving or deviating from that. You can't get much more out of me. If you're gonna rock with me, because we can rock together on some mutual stuff, fine. But if this is it, this is not it for me. And that's exactly what happened last night. You got shown by more than one person that this is not it, my youth. This isn't it. What you're trying to do is not it. Focus on something else. Like, for real. Like, you say you're going to therapy, it's not enough. Stop lying to her. These girls are out here talking about you're lying to stop lying to her. If you really want help, don't lie. These men are trying to tell you this is not it. Like, you had your fun. You had your run. You got the cheese. Now run with it. Leave it alone. Like, you're like a dog with the bone. Leave it alone, sir. But shout out to him, because he said, this is the truth. That's it. You're not going to get anything out of me. There's nothing to get, because the truth is the truth. And it is what it is. You want the lie so bad because your whole life is a lie. That's it. You love it. You wrestle with the lie. You go to bed with the lies. You take your bath with the lies. It's all a lie. But not everyone operates that way, sir. Not everybody is a rat. Not everybody wants to take people's lives and relationships and families. They don't want to drag them to the pits of hell with you. Not everyone is that way. And you saw that yesterday firsthand. So shout out to someone who had to really show you. This is the difference between you and me. The difference is you want information to drag this person, and I'm not going to give it to you, because you and I are not the same. So shout out to him. If I'm saying it prematurely, I'll come back and I'll deal with him too. Until then, shout out to him, and thank you for telling the truth and having integrity.
And on that note, my last super chats, because we got super chats over here, and I didn't even threaten anybody or hold information. Thank you
So I can put in my final thoughts.
Yes, absolutely.
After super chat.
Hell yeah. Il Doctrine, thank you so much. You support me so much. I feel like, my first $1 million check, I got to do something. Let me tell you, I'm indebted to you. I really am. Like, I appreciate y'all coming to watch this, whether it's good or bad or funny or whatever, or boring. Y'all come through and support no matter what. Il Doctrine says, brown bird, why you at my table dancing, singing my name? Her eyes twinkled, the brownest light, a shade I can't explain. A storm is coming, she sang. I want a wrap around porch to sit and watch it. Damn symphony easy.
You can't have Anna, sir. You cannot have Anna, sir.
For it. We love him for it. Love him. That was beautifully said, too.
I want to know what Il Doctrine is about. I bet you coming up, right, Il Doctrine? You coming up, Il Doctrine? Il Doctrine ain't coming up. Yeah, so anyway, guys, tonight, FYI, I know some of y'all are still on the block. Thank you for pulling up. I'm going to get final thoughts from everybody. Pero this night was just us kicking it. You haven't seen me in like a week, and I wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate all the new subs and the new views and the sharing of all the videos that y'all shared. I see y'all. Also, to the Ancelius Maximus, please keep saying my name. Just spell it correctly and tag me so people can just click on it and come see me. I don't mind y'all mentioning me. Y'all need me, especially those of you who will never have me on your panel again. I know the way of you keeping me on your panel is by talking about me, because I'll never physically be there. So you have to talk about me. That's what people do with celebrities. They got to talk about celebrity gossip to get people to watch their channel. So yeah, thank you for making me a very speedy YouTube celebrity. Thank you for that. Please continue. I appreciate you. And yes, lying is weakness, Kendall. And we lost Anna, but while you guys are giving your final thoughts, she'll probably be back up, unless those were her final thoughts. I'm not sure. But Tristan, what you got to say, mi amore? And next show is going to be fun. Every now and then I got to go low, because when people go low, I go lower. But next show will be fun.
Nothing much, a little sweet one. I love you all. Class is dismissed.
But Haran didn't give us the homework yet.
I was trying to run from it.
So you gotta say that at the end of Haran's point, please.
Yes. As a matter of fact, from now on, Tristan, every time I have a final point, I want you to put up that meme, man. I want you to say that. All right? Every time I have a final point. I love you all. Class is dismissed. All right?
That's nice. I like that.
I got you.
So
All right,
what
one of
you
the first things
on?
well, one of the first things I do want to say, man, is that when we discuss manhood, that comes from a personal space of acceptance. You have to accept yourself as a person first before you can become a man. You really have to have this long talk with who you are and really have a real conversation with yourself. You know, a lot of these guys are running away from their demons, running away from who they are. And that's really cutting you off from really being the man that you can actually potentially be. Now, when you are comfortable within yourself, you can see it on you. People can feel it. They see your aura. They see a sense of calm, and they see you in your space stoic. A lot of guys don't want to do the work in that, but it is what it is. But the main thing that really bothered me about the whole situation is that regardless of what happened, and yeah, it's not, someone could say that, yeah, it was none of my business, and that's whatever. But what really irked me throughout the whole situation is that no matter what happens on a public level, I think a man should leave a woman with a dignity. You should never try to take that away from a woman publicly. Because if you take that away from a woman publicly, it really kind of more so shows the man that you are rather than the woman she is or isn't. That's just from my personal perspective. Now, with that being said, I just want to say something about Jen and Anna that I've noticed. Jen, you've really come a long way. You really come a long way. You've really come a long way. You've become a person that I not only respect, but you've shown that you really do have some solid ideas. You have some real things to say, and you're a very vicious and vindictive competitor, and I like that. I like that.
So,
I like that. Maybe it's the New York in me. I like that. You know what I mean? But it's a bit of it's an evolution from the days when I saw you wilding out on Facebook.
I still listen. The only reason I don't wild out on Facebook anymore because I'm always being jailed on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, here in this space, you know what I mean, it definitely translates better. For Anna, I think that honestly, maybe most people may not see it, but I think she's evolved in a lot of ways. I think she is trying. I think she is, working on, you know, not jumping down people's throats, as much as she usually did, but she's listening more, I believe. She's allowing spaces. I believe she is growing. And I just want to give props to you ladies on that. As for you, Tristan, just to let you know, I had a very extensive Carl Kanai collection, and I really, really felt some kind of way about your comment, man. When I was in high school, I had a very extensive collection. I wore it almost every day. It was the shit. I'm not getting into any kind of discussion with you why it was what was the shit. Just please, man, leave me with that.
No,
Leave me with my glory days. Leave me with my glory days.
we about to get Tristan a freaking Carl Kanai outfit now. That was wrong.
And
That was-
Exactly.
y'all make it seem like I won't rock it though. So I don't know what y'all talking
I
about.
think I'm gonna get him a hoodie. I think I'm gonna get him an old school Carl Kanai hoodie.
he needs
I think
now.
I'm-
He needs a Carl Kanai hoodie.
I think I'm gonna get him an old school Carl Kanai hoodie. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find the one with the signature too. I'm gonna make sure it's authentic and it wasn't like made by some like crack dealer in a backwater town somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. What year was this thing at its peak? What year was it when it was all hyped up?
I'd say about
90.
92, 93.
Yep.
Jen?
Yep.
So I was
Around
4.
that, he kind of fell off around 94, 95.
Right.
That's when he kind of died down. But before that, he had like a strong 2, 3 year run, right, Jen?
Yeah,
He was,
definitely. And he's back now.
yeah.
It's just not as popular.
Right, yeah. But he had the streets on smash him, and I mean the rappers were wearing his stuff. Like he
It
was
was
that
a big,
dude for a
he had
minute.
like a rock eye. Even the signature was really dope too. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah, it was
font.
popping. But yeah, I'm done though. I'm done with my point. Tristan,
So wait, before we dismiss the class, I want to thank everybody again for rocking with me. Stay tuned to the next show. Hit the subscribe and no, I'm sorry. Hit the subscribe and like on your way out. Thank you for spending this time with me. Again, I'm not, always calling people out. I'm just talking about, I like speaking about problems in general because it's way beyond one person or two people. It's becoming a culture of toxicity, and that has to be addressed over and over and over again. It takes people like us. I also want to thank the men that have rocked with us and have stayed true. And even the men that were kind of like, I don't want to get involved, but I support you. I've gotten a lot of DMs. I've gotten a lot of inboxes. Thank you for the cash apps. Thank you for the super chats. I really, really, truly am grateful. And I'm hoping that we can help each other and teach each other. Because even in the mess, we dope. Like, I don't know about outside of here, but Annalicia, Tawana G, Tristan, Haran, there are a lot of cats, Ill Doctrine. There are a lot of people that come through, David Dillon and support. And we good people and we love hanging out. That's why I said tonight, let's just hang out. Let's just hang out and talk about what I see. And, you add to it. So on to the next one. I hope you find me entertaining too, even when I don't have receipts. Okay. I hope I'm entertaining too. Tristan.
Oh my god, yo, that accent. I can't say it. Okay, all right. To piggyback off of Mr. Haran, I, we all know Jen was gonna get here. Since I've met her, I've always bigged up you before. But I'm very proud of Anna because she was on the panel. I think she was on another panel, but the dudes were coming at her, and she didn't fly off the handle. I said she's getting experience, and I give her a lot of respect for that. She's not really out here trying to be just I'm a wrecking ball. She has a message she wants to get out, and she's tailoring her style to make sure it gets across. And I respect her for putting that work in, because it ain't easy going up on a panel full of men and they barking.
right.
So I give that, and you know that is it, because we all gonna be on the live anyway. Class is dismissed. I love you all. Y'all be safe, and make sure you send that cash app to $ Tristan Draper. All right. So yeah, y'all know I had to leave with a joke. All right, y'all be blessed.
Good night.
Good night. Bye, everybody. Bye, chat. All right, this was another good one. Thank you for joining me on the Block with Jen at Gmail, on the Block with Jen on Instagram, and on the Block with Jen right here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again. Next show will be fun. This one I had to get in some asses because the stuff I'm seeing I didn't like, but you already know. All right, guys. So mucho amor. I will see you next time, and please follow us. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe to Annalicia at Is It Just Me, and Wana at Tawana G. And next time I'll drop those links in the chat. But follow us on Instagram, and follow us on YouTube, because we can't do this without you. Okay. So till next time. Pull up. Good night.